Hello, everyone. Welcome to Two Buds at One podcast. I am your host, the Techno Jelly, with my co-host, Alchem Games. Alchem, I almost said I am your host, Alchem Games. I don't know how I do that. This is episode 37 of Two Buds One podcast. And today, I was thinking about doing something, honestly, I was thinking about doing multiple things, but then, I was like, the Game Awards is going to be such a big topic that it's going to be the only thing we're going to be talking about. Let's be real here. How can I manage to make one topic last 5 hours if we really wanted to? So, Alchem, why aren't you speaking?
Because I was just
being a mime.
Yes, but no, yeah, No, there's so many. There's just so many things.
There's so many things.
Yeah, on the Game Awards, there's no way we could just. We will definitely be able to fill up the quota for the podcast.
Oh yeah,
for just that.
I mean, I don't think I've ever had to worry about us not filling up the quota for the podcast, but yeah, this is definitely one of those things where I'm not worried at all. So, okay, as an opening thing, Alchem, did you enjoy this year's Game Awards?
You talking about how? What do you mean as an opening thing? Oh,
entirely.
Okay,
did you enjoy it? Like through the whole thing, the whole show. You said as a preamble, as a base. Did you enjoy the show?
Yeah, actually, they did it pretty well. They did it pretty well as an entire show, not just the trailers, but the Game Awards section, how they handled it and everything. It was good. It was good. They didn't go too over the top. It didn't go too gimmicky. They treated it professionally in a way, especially when it came to the award ceremony stuff. The trailers honestly were. Not going into detail, I actually think this year was very strong when it came to trailers. There weren't a lot of games where I was just like, oh, okay, this, all right, fine. There's part of me has certain things I want to say about it, but nothing too negative. I think overall it was decent. If I had to grade it, I'd say it was like a 7.5 or 8. So it was good. It was good.
For me personally, I think this is one of the better ones they've done so far. It is also the 10-year anniversary of the Game Awards since they've started doing them. And I feel like this is one of the top 3, in my opinion. I don't know what the other top ones are because I can't remember them all. But this is definitely one of the better ones, in my opinion. There are arguments of how the Game Awards are mostly ads. It's like 90% ads and 10% awards. But I always knew that. That was always a thing. So, people that are angry about that...
for 10 years.
Yeah, I was going to say, the people who are angry about that or frustrated about that, unfortunately, it has to pay... the bills have to be paid, and I don't see any other realistic way for this to happen anyway. I just don't see it happening outside of this. So, it's just one of those things where we kind of have to accept reality of be like, yes, there's going to be a lot of ads. And honestly...
How are they going to fund all this?
Well, I mean, it's not even that there's a lot of ads. Honestly, I just kind of... It's almost like a... kind of probably what Jeff Keighley wanted it to be. It's E3 with a hint of awards,
Yeah,
Even though the Summer's Game Fest is what he wanted E3 to be, but this is like E3 light, This is like the end of the year, let's celebrate video games and also show some cool stuff for next year, And there are
the highlights, best of gaming, best of direction, all that stuff. But also still shows off the games and what's to come.
Yeah. And I think it's a nice...
it should be.
Yeah. And honestly, it's like you're never going to get something like this without ads because how else you're paying for it? Unless you're some crazy billionaire that's making tons of money somewhere else that can pay for it and just do this on a loss every year. It's impossible to do it. And honestly, I'm fine with it. And I mean, the ads aren't even that bad. Yeah, the ads aren't even that bad, honestly, in my opinion.
Honestly, I did not really get that. I did not feel that interrupted with the ads.
I mean, I think the best thing is with all the ads is that they're still kind of tech, they're still
they're
tech
related to
video game related kind of, It's either computers or the graphics card stuff or Nvidia or Fortnite or like, you know, it's still relatively simple.
Yeah, no, it was curated to actually relate to the audience, at least the audience who'd be watching that.
Yeah, and because like the majority of people who are watching this are the older gamers. Let's be real. Not a lot of like the.
That's because I would say gamers they don't exist no more, Jelly. The young gamers are dying.
That's not true.
They're just playing on their tablets.
Fortnite exists.
It's such a boomer game. How could you? What do you mean it's a
no, Minecraft is the boomer game.
It's okay, you're right. But
yeah.
Sudden realizations.
All right. So, starting with the opening act, I think one of the best things about this show, as I skip through this, as the opening act shows, first of all of the people, all the crew, the staff, the hosts, including Jeff, and all of them did an amazing job, I think, personally. They did a really good job. There wasn't as many. I don't want to say it like this because I don't want to like offend them for trying things, but there wasn't as many cringe moments in my opinion. You know what I mean?
There weren't.
Like you can obviously tell that they're getting better at being entertaining because like before they tried and it was just really sad.
Yeah, they were trying to be modern. I don't know what. I guess modern, or they were trying to be like relative or cool or whatever you want to call it. Hip, fresh, bold, whatever terminology you want to use.
Yeah.
The only thing that was like, no, I wouldn't even give that. I wouldn't even say that was cringe. Not at all. I would. Is the little Waldorf and Sandor? Oh, I forget the two Muppets.
Honestly, I like the Muppets.
I actually enjoyed it. That's the only part where I thought that was the only like little stretch of a joke thing, but at the same time, it was done so well because I think those two are like the iconic Muppets that you see in a lot of shows.
I think the Muppets are a great example of. I think 5 years ago that would have been cringe because they wouldn't have done it properly. But now I think now that they're more comfortable with themselves and they kind of know what the show is. They can actually pull it off because I think 5 years ago they would have done that thing and it just wouldn't have been as good writing. I think the jokes wouldn't have been as good, the writing wouldn't have been as good, the self burns would have been as good, and it would just kind of would have been kind of cringe. But this now that they've kind of like almost like grown up in a way where they're like, no, we can make fun. Like they know how to make fun of themselves and the industry now. Like
I was gonna say, most of the gamers and most of the developers at their age right now, they know who those two are.
Yeah.
Most young gamers see that and be like, "What are those things? Who are they?"
But I mean, even the younger audience I think would still be fine with that. You know.
Sure.
From what I can tell, I mean, like from the most part,
it was comedic.
Yeah, I think even from like Twitter and Blue Sky and Instagram and Threads. Other than people being angry at how many ads there are, which I mean, you're never going to get rid of those people. Honestly, a lot of people seemed pretty fine with it. They were either fine with it, thought the Game Awards were kind of mid, some problems I have with some people when it comes to the Game Awards is that they call the Game Awards mid simply because they're not interested in the game trailers, which I'm like, that's a very personal.
Most people judge it via the trailers.
Yeah, and it's like that's a very personal opinion, and while I get that. I think the overall show itself was really good. And I think the hosts and everyone are getting more comfortable with it as well.
And we didn't get a trailer for Metal Gear Solid. This is a terrible trailer.
I mean, there are so many people expecting the Switch 2 to be there for some reason, which I'm like, why would Nintendo even do that? Why would Nintendo do that at all?
Yeah.
And there was also
any console wants to do that there.
Yeah, for some reason there was a big push that Half-Life 3 was going to be there. I think that was.
I love that. Everyone kept saying that, but
I'm pretty sure that was a meme. I'm pretty sure that was a meme.
I at first I was thinking it was a meme, but then I started to get worried because I started to see some trailers for some of the games. I'm like, wait a minute, whoa, why is this suddenly here?
Yeah.
Why are I'll say this for the this year's Game Awards, at least game trailer wise, just felt like they just went to the Wayback Machine and pulled some out of their hat. Like some of
it
these
does
games
feel
are
like,
from
yeah,
franchises way back.
we can get that into that. Like, honestly, I probably have some questions for you for some of these trailers because I think you know the games and I don't. Like,
yeah,
but it depends on where we go with that. But yeah, I think the hosts themselves and everything like that. So the very first trailer they show is the
they brought it back.
Yeah. Is this Ninja Gaiden? I can't.
No, wait.
No.
Wait. The first one
during the opening act, around an hour in, it's from the Blasphemous guys.
Oh yeah, it's the Ninja Gaiden. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Ninja Gaiden, right?
Doing Ninja Gaiden. Yeah.
To be fair, Ninja Gaiden's been back for a while though. Like Ninja Gaiden has been like kind of active relatively recently. Like in the past, like I
still was not expecting it.
I mean, I think the biggest thing for me is that Ninja Gaiden kind of has been back, but it's been back in terms of like they've been re-releasing the games. You know what I mean? Like it's been like nostalgia packs and stuff like that, or like them mentioning Ninja Gaiden, or like talking about the 3D Ninja Gaiden games and stuff like that. But like the old school 2D platformer Ninja Gaiden games haven't really been a thing for a long time, except for like the re-releases and stuff like that. So, and it's also made by the guys who made Blasphemous, right? So it's like that's a really good, like, you can have problems with the 2D Dark Souls style of game, but you can't like, you can have issues with that type of genre, but like it's still a really good, fundamentally good 2D action platformer. You know what I mean? You can have personal preferences and stuff like that, but like as a game,
being someone who played Blasphemous, I'll say this:
I played it too.
They know what they're doing.
They're really good.
Definitely know what they're doing. With with the 2D side-scrolling fighter kind of thing. Oh my god!
I'm bad at those games, so I didn't get very far in Blasphemous. But like those games are good. I'm just bad. Yep. It's a skill issue on my end. I'll fully admit. I can't. Platformers for me is one game that is just a huge skill issue for me. I just can't. I just can't, Alchem.
I will say that I am just really impressed by where that was going. Also, again, what I mentioned, they're going into the Wayback. They literally just pulled this out of nowhere, and I'm like, I was not expecting Ninja Gaiden off the bat, but hey, we're getting a Ninja Gaiden style game. Cool.
Yeah. Awesome. And then, right after that trailer, they do the first set of awards. And okay, Alchem, this is where I'm gonna have to ask for your expert opinion on these, because it's going to be the best fighting game.
Oh.
And I honestly don't know. The only game I know is Multiverses, and that game should not win.
That game shouldn't even be. I don't understand
like
how that got there.
Isn't that game like a failure?
How did Multiverses get there? And yes, and honestly, it flopped. Well, okay, maybe I'm speaking too much, or maybe I'm talking too much. But I feel like it did flop because
it did feel like it did flop.
It felt like it flopped because it came out. It had a cool lineup. It was an interesting thing. They literally had all the Cartoon Network characters they could have done, Warner Brothers characters they could have done.
Yeah.
And it still flopped.
Did you?
I mean, hell, that's what happened. Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna go on about talking about the other ones.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. So just before you go, then I'm gonna ask: did you vote for the Game Awards? Because it is a committee, but there is a certain percent. I think it's like 10% of the votes are. So, which one did you vote?
I'll be honest with you. Had I gotten it and I gotten to experience it, because I only got to see it through gameplay through others.
Yeah.
If I played it and got my own taste of it, I would have said Tekken. But because I didn't, and I got Sparking Zero, and I love the hell out of that, I voted Sparking Zero.
See, I voted for all the games. I voted for Tekken 8 only because I enjoyed watching Tekken 8 the most.
Yeah, that's why. Like I knew when I saw Best Fighter, when I saw the lineup, I was like, Sparking Zero. It's either gonna be Sparking Zero or Tekken 8. These others, no. I mean, Grand Blue Fantasy.
The other two are good fighting games, but the problem is the community for both of the Dragon Ball and Tekken games are just so much bigger than the other ones.
Yeah, And Marvel Capcom Fighting Collection, that's just a collective of games, and most people would be voting for Marvel vs. Capcom 2 in that specific collection of games.
I mean, to be fair, it's great that collection exists, but I don't think it's best fighting game. You know what I mean?
I still don't understand why that game's there. Well, that game Multiverses should not even be there.
Yeah.
Like how I guess there weren't that many good fighting games out there this year, or there weren't many. I
mean,
but yeah,
I don't know if I agree about that, but you also gotta remember the nominees are also all the games. Okay, one thing we should also say is that when I say games media, a lot of YouTubers, like game review YouTubers, are also included in games media nowadays. So it's not just the IGNs and GameSpots and stuff like that. So there are actual. Yeah. I know a lot of people hate traditional games media, and I get that, but there is a lot of YouTubers and games critics.
The line's getting blurred.
It is very blurred nowadays. Traditional games media, other than like the IGNs of the world, when they say that, they basically mean YouTube reviewers now, or game critics on YouTube. And like,
I'm perfectly fine with that.
I'm fine with that too, but I just wanted to make sure that that's clear, that, you know, it's not just the IGN people who, you know, don't know video games. Which I do think IGN does have a bad rap still. I'm not trying to fight for them or anything like that. I'm not trying to be an IGN simp, but I think they've gotten a lot better over the years.
They're not. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it was hard to get worse from where they were like 7 years ago, but you know. But yeah. So
it was no surprise that Tekken took it.
It was no surprise. I was the only surprise if Tekken 8 didn't win if it was Dragon Ball, because the Dragon Ball community is very big and people love Dragon Ball, and I would have totally understood if Dragon Ball won it instead of Tekken, because, you know, it's Tekken. And it kind of exploded. Like, I didn't know the fighting game community until Tekken 8 like came out, and it was like, man, Tekken 8, like the fighting game community just all decided, no, this game's amazing, and we're gonna get all the non-fighting games people into this game.
It's basically for fighting game. I will say this, for fighting games, the top dogs that still exist currently are Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, of course, and I'm trying to think of the third one. It's usually those three, and it used to be Dead or Alive.
I mean,
but Dead or Alive is gone now.
Are you counting Smash Brothers?
No. Well, Smash. I mean, I'm thinking like when I'm talking about traditional 2D fighters, it's Smash Brothers is considered like a party brawler kind of game. I don't know how to. But when I'm talking about like traditional 2D side-scrolling kind of fight, not side-scrolling, 2D fighter,
plane?
it tends to be those three.
Is Mortal Kombat still even that big? I've heard the newer Mortal Kombat kind of killed the competitive scene.
It's kind of like this. It's like every year there's either a really good one or a really bad one, and it looks like this year is kind of mid.
Yeah.
So, I'd say Guilty Gear would be the fourth one right now. Guilty Gear is currently the fourth in that kind of genre. Nice. And of course, there's all the others.
There's tons of fighting games.
Like the top,
the big ones.
Yeah,
the ones that everyone knows. The ones
that most people always remember.
The people that outside of the fighting game community would know. Like, for instance, I know Tekken, Street Fighter, and Mortal Kombat, and I know Guilty Gear, but I'm more. I would say I'm. Not to.
If it's like Grand Blue Fantasy, most people who don't play fighting games are like, "What's that?"
I have no idea what that is, honestly. Like, exactly. I think if you showed me the game, I probably have seen it, but I think I'm more informed than most people. That one definitely deserves to be there too. I think I'm more informed.
That one deserves to be there too. It was really good.
Yeah, it's also hard to say because I'm more informed than I would say the average person when it comes to a lot of video games.
You don't know that one.
And well, I don't know the name. If you showed me the game, I probably would recognize it. But yeah. So after the what's it called?
After the fighting game awards, the first trailer.
Yeah, was the I think we're gonna skip over them because obviously we can't play them, but they did the orchestra and all the music. I want to say all those were amazing. That orchestra, Flute Guy is still amazing.
Flute Guy is still there.
Flute Guy is still there. I hope he never leaves. But even without the entertainment of Flute Guy, they are just an amazing orchestra. The way they seamlessly mix the music and just like they're
Mm-hmm.
like transitioning into the different pieces of the music. It's amazing. I kind of wish, I wonder, I don't know this, and if they do it, it's really smart of them, but I wonder if they do these types of shows with just that orchestra, like in traditional things, because I would totally, if it was near me, I would totally buy a ticket just to watch one of those shows. If it was like a full hour of them just transitionally using music of all these types of games, it'd be awesome.
All the genres and all the games.
It'd be a licensing nightmare for their like parent company or whoever has to get all these rights to the music, but I think it could be worth it. I think it'd be worth it as a consumer. I don't know if it'd be financially worth it because there'd be so much licensing stuff. But yeah, so we're going to be glossing over those because obviously we can't play the music, but it was all amazing. The next trailer that they showed is this cozy game where it's you are packing a car, you're moving out and you're packing a car. And honestly,
I don't know how to describe it.
That's exactly how to describe it. You are moving out of a house and you're packing a vehicle with your stuff. And it's just like, it's like the game, it's like the reverse of the game Unpacking, where it tells a story through the objects and all that type of stuff. And it's just, for the type of people that enjoy these games, this game is going to be right up their alley, 100%. When I saw this game, when I checked Twitter, there's a bunch of people that I follow that are into these types of games, and they were super excited for this one. So if you're into cozy games, that's going to be big. The next thing was oh god, I don't actually know what this is. I think I do. Oh yeah, sorry, Slay the Spire 2. That's coming.
Slay the Spire 2.
Slay the Spire 2 is big. It was delayed. It was delayed because of the Unity kerfuffle, which I don't know if you actually know about. They delayed it technically.
I know it got delayed. I didn't know the reason for it. I didn't really.
Oh no, it's because the game was made on Unity, and when Unity did that whole thing when they were doing the crazy,
that thing
they announced that they're delaying the game because they're changing engines.
Yeah.
So they're no longer a Unity project. So that is big. And I mean, Slay the Spire is an amazing game, so you know it's great, and I'm interested to see how they're going to evolve, or if they're going to kind of like can just continue on. And then once we get after that, sorry, I think I'm ahead of you, Alchem. So I'll
just a little bit. I'm just scrolling ahead, and then we got more award.
Yeah, then we got another award, and it's the best VR/AR game, and I'm gonna be okay.
Oh yeah.
Alchem, okay, this might be hilarious considering how both you and I met. VR Chat is literally the only VR game I play. Is that true for you too?
No, I have played some other VR games.
You have played some other VR?
I played what's it called?
Okay,
God, what is the thing
technically,
with the swords and
Beat Saber. I was gonna say technically,
Beat
okay.
Saber.
I was gonna say I have played Beat Saber.
I played Beat Saber. I played Super Hot. Wait, no, Super Hot is in VR.
There's a Super Hot VR, yes.
I played Arizona Sunshine, the original, not the remake.
See, okay, so like, let me rephrase it because I have played some of these VR games. I haven't played a VR game other than VR Chat or Beat Saber, probably since 2019. Probably. The only two VR games I've played since then is VR Chat and Beat Saber. Part of that reason is that I'm using the Vive Wand controllers, and no game uses those controllers anymore, so every game is terrible with them. But yeah, it's just one of those things, man. And I've heard really good things about all these VR games, but I'm never going to play them, I'm going to be honest. Even though I have I have the original Vive, so some of them are kind of weird with them. So I don't know.
So Metro Awakening, I've never got to experience that one, nor seen gameplay.
I heard
Metal Hellsing, yeah.
I heard a lot of good things about Metro Awakening. A lot of good things.
Huh.
I'm honestly surprised. Yeah, Metro. When that came out, I heard nothing but good things.
So Arizona Sunshine, the original, was a lot of fun. So remake
I enjoyed that.
Probably sounds like they just made it better, which is fine.
Is Asgard's Wrath the MMO?
That one I don't know. I don't know. I'm not familiar with Asgard's Wrath. I'm so sorry. Very like hilariously, I'm not. Even though I have VR and I am a VR enthusiast, I had never played that one. Metal Hellsinger VR. I've seen gameplay of it. I never played it myself.
I think I've seen that
Batman
one too.
Arkham Shadow.
I mean, yeah, I've seen the Batman one too.
Yeah, I've definitely seen the Batman.
It's not surprising. It's not surprising the Batman one won. Let's be real.
You spoiled it.
What? What do you mean I spoiled it? We said all 5 of the games.
Oh yeah.
We don't need to wait for the show. But yeah, the Batman one won, and I mean, okay, that's not surprising because I feel like for a lot of people, the only one they know is the Batman one. You know?
Yeah.
Because
I feel like
that is the main one that people would know. So we go on and into the show, and oh god, let's get through all the talking. And the next stuff is...
don't you like the video where they talk about development and look?
This, okay. It's not that bad, right? Mm-hmm. But then they go straight into the Dave the Diver trailer, which is hilarious.
Yeah,
I think one of the funniest things about the Game Awards is there's no transition. They just start the next thing, which is kind of interesting because I'm sure they're trying to make it so the Game Awards is not as short as possible, but like they're running a tight schedule, I'm sure. So yeah, but Dave the Diver Into the Jungle. Do you know if this is DLC or a separate game? I think this is an expansion,
I don't know.
right?
I don't know if this is going to be a DLC or like it didn't really. Hold on, I want to see.
It just says It just says coming late 2025.
Yeah,
and so I don't know if this is DLC or a new game. I honestly don't know. And the last time I checked, I didn't see a different thing on Steam. Let me just double check now. It's been a couple days, so let me just check now.
So this might just be DLC.
Dave the Diver. But here's the thing, it doesn't exist. Dave the Diver Into the Jungle doesn't exist, not even on Steam. So I don't even know where it is.
I guess.
I assume it's an expansion, and they haven't released the expansion yet because of Steam's new policy about like announcing DLCs and stuff like that. So they're probably not going to do it until they know guaranteed that they can release it, which is good. But yeah, it's weird that it didn't say expansion or anything like that. But you know, it's whatever. Yeah, it's good. Well, it's good to see. I'm looking forward to it. I still haven't beaten the game, honestly. I need to get on that. I need to play.
Did you download the Godzilla DLC?
Yeah, I did do that.
Oh, good.
I haven't played it yet
because it's gone.
Yeah, I haven't played that. I downloaded it and I haven't played it yet. Because like I've watched some of your streams of it, and I was like, I have to stop watching because like I'm spoiling.
Really?
No. I'm like I don't even know who these people you're talking to are. Like I'm like I actually don't know who these people are, so I should probably stop watching.
Yeah, because I will say the one thing I'll say, it's a simple game. It starts out simple and then it just evolves into something grand.
It just keeps adding on and on and on. And same with like games like Dredge. I need to finish those games as well.
Oh yeah, I love that one too.
Yeah. And so moving on. Okay, so during all these things, I've noticed it is true. In between all the awards and stuff, they do talk about, like, for instance, TikTok was sponsoring them and State Farm was sponsoring them. But I mean, it lasts like a minute. So I don't know. I feel like people are. I don't know. It's hard to say. They're not over exaggerating how many ads there are, but people saying
our patience for it has kind of worn thin.
Yeah.
So constantly getting bombarded with ad after ad after ad, it starts to piss people off. Which I understand. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. The bills. Yeah. And the game that we're currently looking at, I'm assuming you're looking at least.
Yeah.
The stealth action. So, do you know who Warren Spector is?
Nope.
He is the lead developer on Thief, on Old School Thief and Old School Deus Ex, which is why his name is big. So that is why this is a big deal. He was one of the original. He was part of the original development team of all those games of Thief and Deus Ex. His big thing is that he was the lead developer of Deus Ex. And he helped with what's it called? Thief development while they were working on Deus Ex. They were in the same office, I think, because they were part of the same studio, because it was their studio working on it. So yeah, so that's interesting. From what I can tell, it is a co-op game, right? Because there's different classes. So I assume it's a co-op game, or maybe it's a, I don't know. It's hard. The trailer is slightly confusing to me because it looks like everyone. It might be like it's a
competitive multiplayer thief game.
Yeah, so everyone's trying to get the same thing, but it's a 4-player like free for all thief game, which is an interesting concept, I would say. And it looks like it's coming out on everything: Steam, PS5, Xbox Series X/S, and the Epic Game Store. So at least there's no stupid exclusivity things.
Yeah, that's one of those games where I'll definitely get it if I know that I can get at least two or three friends who will get it.
Yeah, and then the best esports game. I don't know if we want to talk about this. There's one thing I want to say.
Who won that? I actually don't know who won that.
I know who won.
I don't remember this.
I know who won. I know who won it. I am so offended that Mobile Legends. Yeah, League won it. League won it, of course. League won it. Okay. Mobile Legends. I'm so sad Mobile Legends is on this, because that game is literally a ripoff of League of Legends. It's literally a direct rip, and it makes me sad.
Look where they are now. Look how far they've come.
League won then the best esports athlete. If Faker didn't win, I was gonna riot. Luckily, he did win. Yeah, so
it would have been Faker. There's no one else. Even I'm not a big esports viewer, but even I know Faker.
Faker would the only one that I would be kind of acceptable is ZywOo. But that for anyone who doesn't know, ZywOo is a Counter-Strike player, and he is, I would say, the best Counter-Strike player like in a long time. Like, he popped off during this year. Where it came to a point where if ZywOo was alive in a Counter-Strike match, he was kind of favored to win. Like, just if he was alive. Doesn't matter how many people it was against him. But I mean, to be fair,
it's 5-1,
but I think the only reason that I don't think ZywOo should have won is because he didn't win any big tournaments. He was still he's an amazing player, but he didn't win anything, unfortunately. But Faker is Faker, and he won Worlds, and he had that whole thing of the redemption arc, or the 4th redemption arc at this point for Faker, proving that he is still, in fact, the best player. And T1 won the best esports team because they won Worlds, obviously.
Yeah.
And that's the team Faker is on. So,
yeah,
that is all the esports stuff. And honestly, that for me personally, I do watch a lot of esports. Just before we go into the next trailer, I do watch a lot of esports, and for all the esports stuff, I agree with all of them, and I do think that they went well. Like I said, I just hate that Mobile Legends is there, because I just don't think it deserves to be there, but I understand there is a big audience for that game. And it's just one of those things where if esports athlete, if Faker didn't win, that would have been really, I think the community around esports would have been very upset if Faker didn't win, because Faker deserved the win in every way. And while Chovy, Alexi B, Chovy is an amazing League player, Alexi B is an amazing Counter-Strike player, ZywOo is an amazing Counter-Strike player. Unfortunately, I don't know 33 and ZMJJKK, but if Faker didn't win, there would have been a riot. Luckily, we won. We were saved from the riots. Yeah. Luckily, he won, so we were saved from the riots. The best esports team, if T1 didn't win, like, they won Worlds, guys, for the 5th time, I think, or something like that, all the time with Faker. So if Faker wins best esports team, his team should win best esports team. Because, even though Faker's amazing, he still has a team to actually back him up. And all the other teams are good teams, but, like, for instance, Na'Vi is the team that ZywOo is on. So, understandable there. But
I'm not a big esports player, but yeah. I at least recognize Team Liquid, Na'Vi, and T1.
Yeah.
Those 3 I recognize.
Yeah. Billy Gaming is...
Billy.
Billy is a Chinese League of Legends team. and Gen G is a Korean League of Legends team. Gen G and T1 are like the two Korean dominators. They always end up in the finals. They're always fighting each other. And Billy B is like, they were like the breakout Chinese team that when everyone's like, oh my god, these guys are the best. And then they were the best until T1 and Faker came up and smacked them. So, you know. As they do. As Faker does every time we think that Faker... Every time everyone says Faker's washed, he just walks up to everyone, smacks them, and says, no, I'm the best player. So, the next...
why I'm the best.
Yeah. The next trailer is a game by Bandai Namco. And it looks good. It looks interesting.
Yeah, but I'm just like, what huh?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, gameplay looks awesome. Why Pac-Man? But it looks good.
It's really funny that it is Pac-Man, though.
Yeah, it's Pac-Man, but at the same time, I mean, it obviously isn't, but it's like, okay.
Like
I saw that Dig Dug reference right there.
Yeah.
They like hit that one thing and then make it blow up. That's definitely Dig Dug. So I'm like, okay, Bandai, I see what you're doing.
It's so funny it's so funny though, the trailer. I mean, at this point, Bandai Namco knows what they're doing. And then I think once again, the transitions between the trailers, they go from this game to the next game. I'm gonna wait for it to catch up. But yeah. Next time we do something like this, I feel like I should be just sharing my screen with you so we can be.
Yeah, actually we get that way we can sync it properly.
Yeah.
Let me know when you go to the next game, so that way I just go and just skip. So just let me know.
I mean, do we care about this new mobile game?
The new mobile game. I'll be honest with you. No, there was nothing. This was the nothing burger. There's literally.
I mean, it's a CG trailer. It's a CG trailer, right? Yeah. There's no gameplay. There's nothing. Yeah. I mean, it's a. Well, okay. There's one thing, Alchem. It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix Games, so it's gonna die immediately.
Yeah, I was about to say that's like the one major thing. If it's on Netflix Games, there's no gameplay. There's no nothing. So it was a nothing burger. It was like
literally nothing. And then the next one is for Games for Impact, the thingy. And do you know any of these games?
I know Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2.
That's the one I know. I know Life is Strange, but I don't know why it's in Games for Impact. I mean, I know it's why it's for Games for Impact, but I don't know why. You know,
every single other one of these games, I do not understand.
I unfortunately do not know any of these games, so we can't really talk about it. But I'm glad games like these exist. You know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of video games get put into the story of, or put into the category of for kids or, for fun type of deal. And, some games do want to tell more in-depth stuff. So, wait, who won again? Sorry? Never, right. And I've never played it, unfortunately. So, I hope it's I'm sure it's a great game. But unfortunately, I have no experience in it.
Good for them. Good for them.
And the next one is The Hobbit survival game, I think.
Oh yeah, this thing still hasn't come out yet. It's Tales of the Shire.
Yeah, no, sorry, it's not a survival game. It is Hobbit Animal Crossing. It's Hobbit Animal Crossing. Yeah. But they did the stupid fake Let's Play thing, and I'm like, I thought we were done with this, guys. I thought we were done with the fake Let's Plays.
Who's the developer?
I don't know.
Maybe that's.
I'm about to find out, but if it's Ubisoft, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's Ubisoft, and they're the ones who still are behind with the. Let's see.
It is
no.
Oh, it doesn't say
Workshop.
Workshop. Okay, so it's just a PS5, Xbox Series X, Switch, and Steam. And I mean, okay,
it looks like
I'm glad this game exists because Lord of the Rings fans don't have that many options when it comes to video games, and I'm glad they're finally expanding into video games. And honestly, a Hobbit Animal Crossing sounds like a good idea. If you're going to make a game about hobbits, honestly, that's exactly what you should do. I'm just sick and tired of the fake Let's Play stuff. I think this game will probably be fine.
Hey,
I'm just
gamers,
sick. I want
to relate to you. No, just stop.
Yeah.
Just show us a game, show us an interesting hook about the game, and there you go. The game about Pac-Man had a bit of an more interesting hook than this.
Yeah, I know, right?
Granted, this game looks okay if you like this kind of stuff. If you like, if you like the Middle Earth story, you want a cozy kind of game like that, there you go. But just show the game.
Just show the gameplay. Show the gameplay with some. If you want commentary, have commentary. But like, you don't need to do the fake narrator. You don't need a fake let's play.
I'd rather have a disembodied voice talk to me about the game than some little fake YouTuber
with the webcam thing too. It's like, guys, we don't need this. It's not more relatable. It just makes the trailer annoying. Because then you're also blocking things on the screen when you're trying to display a game. Like, that's, I think, the weirdest thing to me with those types of trailers is that you're actively blocking stuff. So I'm like, what's... I'm like, no, but like, as a content creator, the video game isn't what you're... Like, it's not just the game you're trying to sell, right? You're also trying to sell yourself, in a way. You know, you're being a character type of deal. But when you're doing a trailer... You are trying to sell this game, and you're actively blocking stuff. Mm-hmm. And it makes them just not trust it. Like, what's behind the webcam? You know? Like, is it what are they blocking? It's also, in this trailer itself, it's not in the corner. Or, like, it's kind of in the corner, but it's blocking UI elements. So I'm like, is it because the UI isn't finished? Or something like that? Like, I don't know. Yeah. But anyway,
this game was announced way earlier, and
it's coming out next year. It's coming out next year. But the next game, I don't remember what this is. Full trailer on YouTube. Boar.
I'm trying to remember.
Is this the? Oh, I know.
And this
Wild Hound.
No.
King of the Jungle.
Hound.
No. Sorry, I'm just reading the thing. Oh, right. It's this game. It's this game. I remember now. It's... Yeah. Isn't... If I remember correctly, this used to be like a free game or something like that. But it's...
To be honest, I don't know.
I remember some people saying that this is like an older game that they're bringing back or something like that. I can't remember, honestly. But it's a co-op shooter. It's a co-op third-person shooter, if I remember correctly.
Well, it looks interesting.
It looks interesting.
It just looks like...
It looks interesting. It looks like it used to be a Roblox game. Maybe this is Stallcraft Operations, right? So I wonder if this used to be a Roblox game or something like that, and they're making a full version of it.
Maybe.
And then,
moving on to
moving on to the next one. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know what the property is, so I don't really have anything to say.
For Stallcraft, I didn't know.
Yeah, for Stallcraft, I'm like, it looks interesting, but I really need to see more than the trailer. Mm-hmm. This one seems kind of interesting.
This one does look. Is this one of those? I'm trying to remember the genre. My brain is.
It's like
no, it's not isometric.
It's like slight survival horror, kind of, but it also has the stupid. We have it muted, but this is also fake Let's Play voices.
Yeah, fake Let's Play voices when they're talking to each other and playing. I think it is isometric. It is one of those isometric things where there's a killer and people are suspecting. Think Deceit kind of style of gameplay.
I think it's a 4v1 if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Midnight Murder
Club. Midnight Murder Club.
Yeah, I think it's a 4v1. It looks like, and it's gonna be.
Looks awesome.
It's available now, crossplay beta, PS5 and Steam, early access February. I mean, it looks fine. I'm not as into these types of games as some other people, so I understand I'm not the audience for that. But I mean, it still looks interesting. For that type of game, it looks interesting, but it's not for me personally. It did look cool though. It looked the good lighting effects, good thing. But once again, why are we doing the fake Let's Play, guys? Stop doing the fake Let's Play, please. I beg you. I'm begging, literally begging.
I mean, for this one, I understand more because part of the charm of this is you have to talk to each other, try to convince each other. True. So I get that.
Okay, let me rephrase it. Mm-hmm. If you're going to be doing this, why does it sound so fake? Like,
because it is.
I know, but like, I don't know. I feel like you could do dialogue like that with people bantering and stuff and not feel fake. But I don't know. Maybe we need more renditions of this style of thing or something like that because it feels really fake to me still, but hopefully they get better at doing it, or you stop doing it, whichever one happens first.
Whichever one, whenever that'll be.
Yeah. So the next award happened after that, and it is innovation and accessibility. All of these, from what I know, for all of these, I know that they all had good accessibility options, and I mean, as games themselves, they're fine. I don't, but if I remember correctly, who won?
Something from Ubisoft. Oh, Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia won, I think.
It's
hard to say. One second. Let me look at the list that I have of actual winners.
It says Ubisoft, and I know Prince of Persia is Ubisoft, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me
could be mistaken.
Check. Wait, where did it go? Where?
I believe they lost it.
Innovation. Yeah, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown.
Prince of Persia. Yep.
Yeah. And honestly, I mean, that game itself is really good. It really sucks though, because I wonder if these are the same. This is the same team that got fired, didn't they?
Yes.
Ubisoft shut them down, didn't they?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
And this is not the first award they won. They didn't. Yeah. This is the first award they won as of we're watching.
Yeah.
But during the night, they won several awards, and their studio's gone. Well done, Ubisoft. Well done.
Like, these people aren't actually a part of the studio anymore, which is hilarious because Ubisoft being Ubisoft at this point.
It got it got dismantled, or
they got shut down, and all the developers. Yeah. I don't think the developers got let go. They're just being put on different projects, so they got separated as a studio. Which is like, you brought these guys and they won a bunch of awards, but because they didn't sell millions and millions of copies for a 2D game that you haven't a property that hasn't been used in over a decade, they get shut down.
This is the reward for trying to work on IPs.
Yeah.
This is why no one makes new IPs now.
It's not even that. It's not even that. It's like, this is why we can't have nice things. This is why we can't have nice
Ubisoft things.
We haven't had nice Ubisoft things in a long time, to be fair, though.
You're right.
I mean, we talked about this last week, I'm pretty sure, but it's like Ubisoft, for me personally, like Assassin's Creed 4 was the last game that I really liked from them, which was Black Flag.
I was about to say, I was like, that's Black Flag, right? Yeah, that's like the last one.
And I mean, like,
shame.
I probably enjoy the Far Cry, like the most recent Far Cry game, but that's only because the only Far Cry game I've played is Far Cry 3. So I'm not nearly as exhausted as everyone else is because I haven't played the new Far Cry games. So the new Far Cry games probably be fine with me, but they're definitely being exhausted because they haven't really done anything new since like Far Cry.
They do the same formula.
4. Yeah. It's the same problem with Assassin's Creed. And then they delayed the new Assassin's Creed. And I think apparently there's like 4 or 5 other Assassin's Creed projects in the works right now. So it looks like they're going all in on Assassin's Creed. Which is weird because I don't know. I don't want to... Let's stop talking about Ubisoft. I'm going to get upset.
All right. Let's move on.
Yeah. So the next trailer is from the creators of Core Keeper, which is really good. I don't know if you played Core Keeper. Alchem, but Core Keeper's fun. Core Keeper's fun. And this game looks looks fun too. It looks like it's coming from the same. It looks like it's Core Keeper's take on something like Terraria, which is interesting to think about. One also interesting thing is I'm pretty sure this is what they're trying to show. The terrain is being like it's different style of terrain in terms of like how you break it and stuff like that and how you place it. It reminds me of that wizard game Nortri or Nortra or something like that. It looks like it's using the same tech, which is really crazy because that tech is really good, and it's one of those few game engine techs that can't be done through like Unreal or Unity or like the pre-made engines. So that's really interesting. But it looks interesting. Unfortunately, it was kind of like, not a nothing trailer, but like it's one of those trailers where I see them like, that's cool, but I want to see more just in case type of deal. But I trust the Core Keeper devs to make a good product, so yeah.
You're just looking forward to it then?
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. And then the best family game, the Nintendo, what I used to call the Nintendo award, the Nintendo category.
Yeah.
Not to be super spoilerly, but Nintendo didn't win. Now I can't call it the Nintendo category, and I'm sad.
Yeah, because honestly, best family game genre used to get dominated year after year by Nintendo.
I mean, look at the games. 3 of them are Nintendo games.
3 are exclusive Nintendo games, and then you have
Astrobot and Podcastsquire.
I honestly don't think it's that big of a surprise to everyone, but although for some, because it was an exclusive game anyway, but Astro Boy took it.
Yeah, I mean, Astrobot is an amazing game.
Astrobot.
Astrobot is an amazing family game. I'm surprised the Plucky Squire is actually there, because that is a indie game.
I didn't think that was. Yeah, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, but that Plucky Squire is a great game though. But I mean, the only reason I'm disappointed is because I can't call this in the Nintendo category anymore. And honestly, I'm crushed. The Nintendo category is no longer the Nintendo category, and I'm depressed.
A lone PlayStation exclusive that PlayStation barely paid attention to until now. Well,
is winning everything.
No, they still barely. Yeah, is now winning everything.
This is the start of the Astrobot sweep.
Yeah,
it's like last year with the Baldur's Gate sweep. This is the beginning of the Astrobot sweep.
Nope. Astrobot,
I'm happy for the devs.
It only lost one category though. I think it only lost one, but honestly, it was pretty much a sweep. Astrobot just took a lot of awards this night. Yeah, this is just the beginning.
Yeah, it's just the beginning, and then going past their speech, the next game. Alchem. Did you play Sifu?
I think I've seen gameplay of it, and it looks pretty interesting. But this came out of
nowhere. When I saw Sifu, and then I saw this, I was like, "What?" Huh? I was like,
"Why would you even say the creators of Sifu?" You're like, "This
is nothing
correlate."
Yeah, there's nothing related to this at all. Like, unless you can die in this and try again.
Yeah.
But it looks like
it's like a really intuitive combat system, and there isn't. It's just soccer.
Yeah, it's very strange to me. I mean, look, I'm not saying that it looks bad. I mean, it looks interesting, but it's strange that the developers of Sifu is making this. But I mean, hey, if they wanted to make this, go for it.
They're really pushing the environment thing.
Yeah, it looks good, and I mean, to be fair, it's not a regular soccer game. It's like a stylized soccer, like with all the moves and all
flair and style
things. And it is called a rematch, so I assume there's some, but it's also online football app, like, so it's online, but I'm not sure if it's online. Like, maybe, I don't know. I'm confused.
Yeah, maybe I'll register and try it out on the beta.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm confused.
That's another game I gotta see about trying out for the beta again.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, that one came. I don't know. I don't know what to think about that one.
Yeah, the next one is this one. Okay, Alchem,
this one.
I'm going to become a nerd for a second.
Go.
I am so excited for this game, Alchem, because for anyone who doesn't know, before Baldur's Gate 3 was a thing, the D&D game was Celesta. Celesta is using the free version of D&D 5th edition. For anyone who doesn't know, they were using, because they didn't have direct permission from Wizards of the Coast to use the full 5th edition rule set. So they used the free edition that everyone's allowed to use through the legal, like, because it's under the, I can't remember what the law is called, but they're using the version that you don't need to buy a license for, basically, right? And so that was the game, and you can make 4 custom characters. I did an entire playthrough of this on stream, and I made myself a longtime viewer named Major Colin, and Kisu and Poru. And I played through the whole game as that party, and we played through the whole game, levels 1 to 10, I think. And it was a great time. Yeah. And one of the things I said when the first game ended, and because by the time I beat the game, Baldur's Gate 3 was already like in the news cycle and everyone's talking about it. And I'm like, I'm so sad that I was scared that Baldur's Gate 3 was going to make it so Celeste 2 was never going to be a thing, right? Because I was slightly scared, you know? Because I'm like, because Baldur's Gate 3, I love Celeste. I can't remember the full name, but it's Celeste with a bunch of things. The Celeste 1, it was a great game, but it's a great game on a budget. You know what I mean? Like, the game mechanics and everything are really cool and really fun, but it doesn't have, like, the graphics of Baldur's Gate 3. It doesn't have the crazy amount of dialogue options as Baldur's Gate 3. Because the team is smaller, the budget was tighter, and so there is a lot of RPG options, and there's a lot of dialogue stuff, but, like, it's a AA game, you know? Mm-hmm. Not a AAA game like the Baldur's Gate 3. And they did DLC and stuff for Celeste, the first one, and it was really cool. And I played that too, and it was really fun. And I'm just really glad that they're continuing on with Celeste. And I'm also really glad they're doing free demos, because I feel like the Baldur's Gate 3 crowd that only played Baldur's Gate 3 are going to be interested in this type of game, but might not want to, like, jump into a full new game. Because I think the coolest thing about Celeste personally is that for instance, you play Baldur's Gate 3, Alchem. You know, you make your own character, and then you have your companions, right? And Celeste, you are making 4 main characters. And all 4 of those main characters you can create personalities for, and you have dialogue options for all 4 of those characters, right? So there's a lot more customizable in terms of your party, because your party isn't set. You have all the classes and subclasses of D&D with the main party, like you're playing a D&D campaign with a 4-party thing, right? So I would say it's actually closer to, I would say Celeste 1 is actually closer to like a traditional D&D experience, because you are making 4 characters. And Celeste 2 looks like you also are making 4 characters. So I'm super excited for Celeste 2, and I can't wait, honestly. That being said, I still need to play a ton of Baldur's Gate 3, because obviously Baldur's Gate 3 is still an amazing game. I'm not saying it's not an amazing game, but Celeste 1 is still... Celeste 1 is what made me be really excited for Baldur's Gate 3, funny enough. Because before Celeste, D&D games, I'm going to be honest, D&D games weren't very good until Celeste for a very long time. Because it was basically the early 90s. Like, it was like the late 90s games that made D&D games really cool. And then Celeste, which came out 2018, I think. And in that, like, 10 to 20 years, every single other D&D game sucked really hard. And, like, they were bad. So, like, that game, I was like, oh my god, D&D video games can be good again. And then I got really excited for Baldur's Gate 3 because of this game. So it's a special game for me personally, which is why I'm very excited for it. And honestly, I'm surprised it's coming so early. But to be fair, it's been a while since the first game, but they were working on DLC for a while for the first game too. So I was like, oh, they're still like going full force. And then they also did like a full, like you can do like a full custom campaign in the original Celeste as well. Like they did a lot of mod community support as well too. So, and they're a small team, like I said. They even made a physical edition of the full campaign, so you can run D&D campaigns with their campaign that they made in the game. So it's like I said, the developers are also huge nerds like me. So you know. So they're like, I was like, damn, I want to buy that book, but it's too expensive. I'm sorry. So yeah, that was really fun for me. And after that, that was the last one of the opening act. And then then we got to the main stuff where Jeff appears, and we got all the cool things. Jeff's talking a bunch, and okay. Okay. I'm gonna ask this question, and I'm not trying to bait you into an answer. I promise, Alchem. Okay. Do you like Jeff Keighley? Do you like Jeff Keighley?
I'll be honest with you. Originally, okay. When he first started to make rounds on the award show and stuff, and other stuff like E3 back in the day, and I was like, okay, cool. Like he seems like,
yeah.
At first it was like, Then he started to get really goofy with some of the stuff, and he started to become like, I
think in the beginning
his
he was
own entity kind of thing.
I think in the beginning it was kind of leftovers from like his part of E3 days and stuff like that, and he was still a little too corporate. Still a little too corporate.
Yeah.
Now he feels a little bit. Yeah. He feels like he's Jeff Keighley, not. Yeah. He's himself, Jeff Keighley, not Jeff Keighley. Safe for corporation. First it just felt like he was just being used to stage out the game. He just brought out there to represent the companies and stuff. Now he feels like a proper presenter. He feels like he grew into the role, which is and good, he also himself is very excited about video games themselves. I do agree with some people's opinion that, I mean, it's one of those things where there is a lot of negative things that happen in the video game industry, and the Game Awards and Jeff Keighley don't really talk about a lot of it. And to be fair, this is the one where they actually did start talking about some of it. But he is very controversy adverse, really, and like he doesn't want to talk. What he wants to talk about, he wants it to be a celebration. And honestly, I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna fault him for that. I understand.
I'm not going to fault him for wanting to make this about the games.
Yeah. Well, and the people, which is one of the reasons why I was so annoyed at last year's with the whole wrap it up thing. Like you've talked about it. Stupid. I mean, I'm fine with Jeff Keighley saying this is a celebration of video games and the creators. I'm fine with that statement, but then keep true to that statement. You know what I mean? So
that's why I felt like this year was not so bad when it came.
Yeah, to this year I think is. I think this year, like I said, it's one of the best years in terms of the overall show. You can have your personal opinions whether or not, like with the trailers themselves and stuff, but as a produced show, the Game Awards this year I think was one of the better ones. To be fair, I did just end ranting about one of the Celeste 2, which is one of my favorite. Like, so maybe I'm slightly biased right now because of the trailers, but. To be fair, after that trailer, like some of the games are interesting, but like I'm not that into most of these games. But but the Muppets were a great idea. I'm looking at the. I'm staring. Introducing those. I'm literally staring. I'm staring at the Muppets right now, and I'm like, okay.
Them suddenly coming in out of nowhere.
If next year, if the Muppets aren't there, it's the worst show. It's the worst show out of all. The Muppets are now our recurring characters, and they better be there every year. I'm sorry, they have to be there every year. 100%. And I want them to yell at Jeff and Jeff to yell back at them. Like I want the banter to be there. I think it's great. I like that too. I do also really like the surprise guest with Todd Howard, or no, sorry, what's his face, Indiana Jones,
Harrison
Ford being there, and he said like he thought that Troy Baker was a good Indiana Jones, which is I'm glad Troy Baker is finally getting more roles outside of like just Naughty Dog.
He does. He actually does.
He's a great voice actor.
He's a really good voice actor.
He's a really good voice actor. I'm happy that he's finally getting, like, Naughty Dog is letting him do other things because he's great. And it's amazing to see. And I don't think they showed it here, but the Indiana Jones game is pretty interesting.
No, they didn't show it yet.
Yeah, because these guys were doing the best performance. And it was Brina White, Hannah Taylor for Final Fantasy, Hannah Taylor from Life is Strange, Humberly Gonals from Star Wars, Luke Roberts from Silent Hill 2, and Melina Jurgens from Suna's Saga's Hellblade 2. Is Melina Jurgens the main character? I'm pretty sure
she's the main character.
She's the main character.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And all these people, from what I know, they all did amazing in the roles. The Star Wars ones, I don't. Unfortunately, the problem is that the Star Wars stuff, the Star Wars Outlaws, is so shadowed by how mid the game actually is. It's hard to say whether
that the voice acting.
Like, I am not saying that Humberly Granales is a bad voice actor, but from what I've seen of the game, some of the lines that she was given is not fair. Like, I don't know if anyone can make some of those lines good. You know what I mean? Like, it's just some of the writing was bad, you know?
Look, a great voice actor can make a lot of lines good. I didn't say every line.
Yeah.
So,
like,
if you're giving poor script, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. But I mean, to be fair, I've never heard anyone complain about the main character in Star Wars Outlaws. Everyone was fine with the main character. It was just everything else around the game. So, I mean, she obviously did a good job.
Yeah.
And I'm glad the voice actor for the Hellblade character is... Because, I mean, like, the whole game is basically about her. So she has to be a good character, right? So... That's good.
Playing a game with a character
with the main
you just despise and can't listen to.
That'd be really bad.
No, she deserved it. She did a great job.
Yeah, she did an amazing job. And then they did this whole thing with oh right, and then the next thing is this trailer that the internet exploded about, and the oh god, Alchem, the bad side of the internet, in my opinion, are just exploded about this game because obviously it's woke. Because, you know, female character, main character.
Right. That was the stupidest. Yeah, god, she deserves to be now the main. Like,
I think the funniest thing is these are so obvious people who don't know Witcher, because for anyone who doesn't know, this is the trailer for Witcher 4, and it was revealed that Ciri is the next main character for Witcher 4. Ciri,
which makes sense.
Yeah, Ciri is a badass. Like, she is a killer. She just she's not as. I think she's not as traditionally rough and gruff like Geralt, but her upbringing and everything like that is completely different from Geralt, so it makes sense. You know, it's not like they're trying to make her more approachable. No, she was just different from Geralt, which is great. Because honestly, Geralt is great, but Geralt is a very love or hate character, because you either love the fact that he's basically a blank slate, or you hate the fact that he's a blank slate. You know. And it's sorry, go ahead.
No, go.
I was just gonna say that it's just so frustrating, in my opinion, to see anyone see a female main character and say woke. I'm like, do you know The Witcher? Ciri is like, if she wasn't the main character of the next Witcher game, I'm like, what the heck are you guys doing? You've been building this up for 3 games, basically.
Yep.
She's been Ciri's been building up as being the next main character for the Witcher games, basically since Witcher 2, I think, right? Was she in Witcher 1? I don't even remember, but like...
Yeah, if anyone's actually saying woke and stuff because it's the female lead, then you aren't really playing these games. You don't know. You will probably haven't even played the first ones or the first trilogy, and you'll probably never... Well, there's a good chance you won't be playing this one.
Yeah.
But, I mean... Just dumb mentality to have, really weak, and also I've seen people saying stuff like, "Oh no, she doesn't look good." I don't understand her. What the fuck? Why?
I mean,
why are people getting a shit about appearance?
It's because, you know what it is? It's because she doesn't look like traditionally feminine and like, you know, that type of thing. But she's also
a Witcher. What the
she's
fuck
a
does
Witcher. She's supposed to be a battle-hardened veteran of war and sorcery.
She's not supposed to give a shit about her look. She's supposed to give a shit about surviving and getting the bounty or killing the next target. That's it.
Like there are traditionally beautiful characters in the Witcher universe, like Yennefer, or what's the red-haired? Wait,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's the red horde. It's the red horde sorcerer or witch. I can't remember.
Yeah,
I can't remember what her name is. I'm sorry. My Witcher lore
It's been a while
stuff
since
has been a long time.
Yeah.
But they're more traditionally feminine, beautiful. But like, look, I'm not trying to be that guy. But if you think Ciri is bad looking, like isn't good looking, then I think you gotta have some different standards, man. Like, sure, she's not the type of girl to be in a pretty dress type of thing, but like, she's still
the type of girl who will take on this shit and
yeah,
survive and
I know,
win.
right? Like, you would die from this.
Yeah.
And like, she's supposed to be a battle hardened warrior. If she looked very beautiful and had 0 scars, I think the same people would have problems with that, because she would, like, didn't have scars because she's supposed to be a battle hardened warrior.
Scars on a male character, girl. Yeah. Awesome. He's cool.
Yeah.
Scars on a female main
disgusting.
character. Oh, ugly, boo, disgusting.
Yeah.
What is this double standard?
Yeah. Like,
oh my god.
Look, I'm cool with like a male power fantasy. What about the female power fantasy? Why can't they be a badass too? And Ciri is going to be that badass. She is going to.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. It's gonna be great.
With the way CD Projekt Red is going nowadays in terms of storytelling and stuff, and I feel like this will definitely be a great. If this is a trilogy, I hope it is. I feel like this is going to be going in a really great direction.
Yeah. So, I mean, they've been building this up.
Great new lead.
Like, even if you've only played Witcher 3, they were building Ciri up to be a crazy good character, and then along with the show as well, with Ciri as well, like, Ciri is very a good, well-written character. So
she's deserving of the role. She's deserving of her character in terms of story development and for where they went with it. She's deserving of being the new title character.
Oh yeah. And what I'm honestly curious. Okay, don't answer this if you know the answer, Alchem, because I'm gonna admit one of my sins. I haven't finished Witcher 3. So
you're fine.
Yeah, I wonder, is Geralt going to be in Witcher 4? I don't know if he's still alive. I'll be honest, he could be dead and I wouldn't even know. But I don't think he is, from my small knowledge. But yeah, I don't remember. So I'm gonna be curious if Geralt is even in Witcher 4 or not. But if he is, I hope he's not like, like he'd be a nice side character. But other than that, I can't remember if he is actually alive or not, honestly. I don't remember. I haven't beaten Witcher 3 yet, because it's such a massive game. And I have the same problem of I play it, stop playing it, and then I come back to it a month later. And then I have no idea what's happening and I have to start over. Repeat. One day I need to sit down and beat the game. And like play it. Like, it'd be that, like, Witcher is the game I play, so I can finally beat the game. But yeah, so that was both Alchem and I's rant about how we hate woke stuff.
Honestly, it's
just, I think it's not even that it's 2024. It's that, like, just because the main character is, I can understand being sick and tired of what they think is woke culture. I can understand being sick and tired of that being shoved in your face. I get it. Okay.
But
this isn't woke culture. Witcher is like the least woke game in existence.
I'm just gonna say this now. One, it's 2024 or 2025 almost. That whole culture thing was mostly online. It has nothing to do with the real world, and barely affected gaming. Barely. There was only like 2 or 3 games in the past 3 or 4 years that actually was impacted by this whole woke BS stuff that happened. Yeah. Most games didn't give a shit about that, because most games had a story to tell.
I mean, let's just be honest. Most games are also made by males. So, like, that's very outside of the woke culture. They're made by white guys. They're made by white guys. Most game developers are white guys. Let's just be real here. Yeah. So it's like, they're completely outside of the whole woke culture thing. Now, do games have sometimes woke ideals, or what I would say what people think is woke ideals? Sure. Yes. A lot of games do, but also all other mediums have that as well, so it's not necessarily a video game specific thing.
It's just as long as it isn't shoehorned in to be shoved in your face.
As long as it
and
makes
be like,
sense.
Look.
I mean, Life is Strange is basically a woke game through and through, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
All that stuff makes sense for that game, you know. And Witcher 4 having Ciri as the main character makes 100% sense. This is not a forced thing at all.
It's not trying to be.
Honestly, I think
like
I'd be more upset if Geralt was the main character again. I'm like, okay, we're done with Geralt, guys. We're done with Geralt. I like Geralt as a character. I do. But Witcher 1, 2, and 3, I think Geralt's story is done. I haven't even beat Witcher 3, and I'm pretty sure his story is done. So I'm very excited about Witcher 4, honestly. Like I said, before Witcher 4 comes out, I need to beat Witcher 3. And I hope... I'm going to say this as a very cautionary tale. I hope... oh god, what's the developer? CD Projekt Red has learned their lesson from Cyberpunk 2077.
Yes, I really do hope. That's why I'm just like...
But another good thing is the reason I think they've learned their lesson is because this is an amazing trailer. There is no date attached to this trailer.
Yeah, there is no date.
There's no date.
I'm okay with that.
There's learn more. There's like a learn more at Witcher.com. There's like, hey, we're working on Witcher 4. It's coming. Series, the new main character. Get excited. Get hyped. They have not announced anything other than the fact that the game exists and they're working on it and they're working on full force. That is it. And I'm like, okay, if it takes you 4 more years, you take your 4 more years, you know? Like, we have plenty of content from CD Projekt Red, whether you're into The Witcher or any of their other franchises. We can wait for Witcher 4. Witcher 3 took a long time to make, you know? Like, I'm willing to wait for Witcher 4. I hope they've learned their lesson. I'm not saying that when Witcher 4 comes out, it's going to be bug-free, you know? But I want the launch to be as smooth as possible, you know what I mean? Because the problem of Witcher 4 is that Witcher 3 exists. You know? Like, Cyberpunk was a big deal, but there wasn't like a Cyberpunk 2073 that you could compare it to. When Witcher 4 comes out, there's going to be 3-hour-long videos of why Witcher 4 is a dumbed-down version of Witcher 3, no matter what. So you have to make Witcher 4. If the launch is bad and buggy, that's just going to make those videos 4 hours long. It's not going to change their opinion. Even if the game is good, it's not going to change their opinion because there's going to be Witcher 3 tryhards. So I hope they've learned their lesson. They take their time and they make it so that this launch, whenever Witcher 4 comes out, it's going to be smooth. I'm not saying it's going to be bug-free. No game... I'm assuming Witcher 4 is going to be a huge game, big game. No game's going to have bug-free game. Like, it's never going to happen when you're that large. But I just don't want to walk around and see T-posing characters. You know?
Yeah.
So,
next game.
The next trailer is... Oh, right. It's this one. This one, I was so confused for the longest time during this trailer. I was like, this looks like a certain game that I'm scared to mention because if it isn't, it's going to be weird. And then everything started, and then all the flame effects started having like, no, this... And I got very scared because I'm going to be honest.
That's what I thought too. I was like, wait a minute. I thought we were getting another one.
I thought this was going to be Elden Ring BR. I was so scared that this was going to be an Elden Ring BR. Because I mean, look at the fire. It looks like a circle.
Yeah,
it looks like a circle.
It does.
I was so scared, Alchem. I was like, no, Farm Software, don't do this to me. Please. I beg you.
Actually, wait. No, you're right. It is. It is, Joey. It is Elden Ring, not Elden. It is Elden Ring / kind of not Elden Ring BR. Because yes, you are going to be flying around in a multiplayer map, cooperatively with another player. Yeah, you're gonna be you're gonna be roaming around the area, and if I'm not mistaken, I think there is a ring that just continuously gets smaller. I think I need to double check the trailer again.
Like when I meant BR, I meant multiplayer PvP BR. You know what I mean?
Oh, PvP. No,
yeah.
no, no. This is you against bosses.
Yeah, but this time it's just co-op. It's a co-op game.
Yeah. It's a co-op game that has the whole closing ring thing that leads you to a final boss.
Yeah. From what we can tell. To be fair, this trailer shows a lot, but also shows nothing at the same time. You know? It shows a lot, but like there's not a lot of details. There's just a lot of assumptions we're making.
It did mention 4 playable characters that you can play as, and with different abilities and some skills that they will be able to have.
Yeah.
Like they did just show one of them, the one where he like summoned a giant pillar of stone to launch him upwards and something he would attack.
Yeah.
I honestly am looking forward to this.
Another thing is that after the Game Awards, one of the developers did an interview, and they basically said that this is not a live service game. Like,
that's
which is a good.
They said that.
They said that this is going to be a complete game on launch, which is I'm glad that they're not trying to make a live service game, because I was slightly worried Bandai Namco.
I honestly wish the live service era died already. I'm honestly tired of it.
Alchem, it has died, because every single game that's a live service no longer exists, other than the ones that already were a live service before the term live service was a thing. Like,
Fortnite still stands, Shelly. Fortnite still stands.
But that was released. That was released before live service was a term.
I still want it to die.
It's never gonna die, Alchem.
You're right. It's never gonna die.
It's never gonna die. That's like that's like every game that tried to be the WoW killer, or the Call of Duty killer.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. No.
Or the League of Legends killer. But yeah, Elden Ring, Night Ring. It looks interesting. But yeah, I was so scared. I was so scared it was gonna be. I was so scared it was gonna be a PvP battle royale. I was like, no, please. But yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested in that game mostly because when they talked about there wasn't gonna be an Elden Ring 2, right? Which is, I understand, because I don't think you can really, I don't know where you go on for a sequel to Elden Ring. I don't know what you do to make the 2 mean something. You know what I mean? Like, you and I have talked about how Overwatch 2, the 2 doesn't exist anymore. Like, I don't know what justifies the 2 in Elden Ring 2, honestly. I don't know what you do.
They said they weren't going to make a sequel. They said they weren't going to do another Elden Ring game.
Because you can't really do anything.
Yeah,
and I'm glad that they're doing a set of spin-off game. It's obviously a lot smaller scope, especially if you're just going to be playing a class and stuff like that. And honestly, I'm glad that they're doing. I hope they do this, and then they do another small game and another small game, and then they do another big game. I'm cool with Bandai Namco doing that. They're like, From Software. You crank out a game every couple years, whether it be small or big, and they let them do their thing.
I'm glad that I'm just looking forward to it. It looks very exciting. It looks very cool.
Yeah.
And I just was not expecting. I will say that came out of left field for me.
That one was a very big surprise to me, because I wasn't expecting to hear anything from Software for years. Because they just released the Elden Ring DLC like this year. So I was like, okay, so I'm like, okay, well, we won't hear anything from Software in like 3 years, and when they show off their next project, I'm going to be like, I don't know what that means, but I'm going to buy it probably. And this time, I do know what it means, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to buy it. I think, maybe. For this one, I need to know a little bit more detail, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be okay with this game. It's like a Monster Hunter Lite, almost. But yeah, okay. I need to blow my nose. 1 second.
Okay. Right. Break for Jelly to blow the nose.
Okay. So, after that, we got Jeff talking again. And what's it called? The Final Fantasy trailer. Because it's the next
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming to PC. So
yes.
I'm glad about that.
Which is nice.
Enjoying that.
Honestly, I'm kind of waiting for all the Final Fantasy VII remakes to be on PC until I even think about it, because I don't want to play it and then have to wait. I also have never played.
Oh yeah.
I didn't play the original Final Fantasy, 7. So that is.
I never got to either.
Yeah.
There was.
I didn't have a PlayStation at the time.
I got to play Final Fantasy. Was it 10? Yeah, I think 10. Yeah.
But
I didn't get through all of it.
I did the first PlayStation I owned was PlayStation 3, and I never played the PlayStation. And the Indiana Jones is the next thing that they showed, and I've heard really good things about this game. People really like this game.
It looks. It's literally just was it Raiders of the Lost Ark? It's just in game form. So yeah. It looks really, really good. I mean, they even had the iconic scene with the boulder. They have all the little parts with him doing his fights. I mean, Indy is Indy. He literally has just a gun and a whip, and that's it.
Well, he's got some other things. Perfect. And his fists. Don't forget his fists.
Yeah, I was about to say his fists.
Yeah. But yeah.
So I'm just...
And so apparently
it looks
a lot of people really like it. I've seen also a lot of people say, like, this is the best licensed game in a long time, which I think I would agree with. I don't even know what the last licensed game was that was like really good. Honestly, I don't even know. But
but I definitely want to try this. It looks so cool.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I gotta save up for this.
Yeah. The game after that, cats. That's all I know of this game. Cat.
That's all. It's cat.
Many cats.
Just think dogs from Nintendo, but cats, but like slightly more enhanced graphics and stuff.
Yeah. And so that was that game.
Nintendo dogs with cats, but
it's Nintendo dogs with cats. And also, okay, let me just check. It's a mobile game as well. It's Steam Mobile and Switch. So like sounds like a nightmare in terms of like monetization, in my opinion. But it's whatever.
It is what it is. So,
and then the next is Path of Exile 2, which I've actually played, and
still I've seen people play it. It looks I don't know. I don't think it's right up my alley.
If you don't like the ARPG genre, this game will not convince you. If you like the ARP genre, you should play Path of Exile 2. That's like in the most simplest fashion.
Yeah.
That is my answer to should I play Path of Exile 2? And I say, do you like ARPGs or Diablo-like games? If your answer is no, this game's not going to convince you. If your answer is yes, look into it, because this is early access. The game isn't finished. Look into it and say, okay, are you okay with playing the worst version of Path of Exile 2 right now? Because the game's going to get better and better and better as the months come on. But this is a paid early access. When the game comes out in 1.0, it's free to play. So if you're okay with waiting, because this is, and I say this with like the best possible way, because when I say this, it's still a really good game and I've had a lot of fun, but this is the worst version of Path of Exile 2 that is accessible to the public, because it's early access. The game isn't done. Honestly, I haven't found that many bugs, but there are things that have been kind of unbalanced. And there's definitely
get better.
Yeah, it's only going to get better from here, but this is technically the worst version of this game right now that's publicly available. And it's not going to convince you. If you're on the fence of the ARPG Diablo-like genre, I would say that so far Path of Exile 2 is also, it's pretty user-friendly, but I don't think this game is not going to convince you to like ARPGs, because it's still an ARPG at heart. There is some really cool things. One of the best things, in my opinion, is that there are, even from day one when I played it, I didn't technically play it day one, I played it day two, but they have WASD movement controls by default instead of just the click to move stuff, which is great because the click to move stuff is too old. and it's been proven that you don't need to do that anymore. So I use WASD movement instead of the normal clicking movement, which is great. So yeah, and they added a dodge roll because everything needs a dodge roll, which has gotten so many people killed.
Please.
It's gone so many people killed because this dodge roll does not give you invincibility frames. It's literally just a dash. It's actually a dash, not a dodge roll. It's supposed to so you dash out of things, and people think it's a dodge roll and try to do like invincibility frame dodge rolls and just die, and it's hilarious. Because it's not meant to be. You're not meant to be like doing frame perfect dodge rolls. You're supposed to be like, oh, I see a thing. They're doing a thing. Dodge roll out. They're very telegraphed. You don't need to be frame perfect. Like, it's very telegraphed. So, yeah, you don't need to worry about that. And so, yeah.
Right.
So that, honestly, Alchem, I would say, if you don't like RPGs, Path of Exile 2 is not going to convince you to like them. It doesn't do anything so different that it's genre defining. It's just a really good game in that genre. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a lover of the genre, Path of Exile 2 is going to be amazing. If you want to be productive in your life, don't play Path of Exile 2. I think one of the funniest things is on launch day. On launch day, there was some... there was some server problems, not in terms of lag, but there just was a long queue. And they sponsored a bunch of Twitch streamers to play the game, and they had doing the Twitch drops and all that type of cool stuff. I was watching a streamer. His name is ItMeJP, and I'm a longtime fan of him. He was talking about his contact at Grinding Gear Games, which is the company that runs Path of Exile 2. It was so funny to me because, so technically, they were gonna start a sponsor segment, and I think it was like for an hour or something like that. And he was saying like, "Oh, do you want me to wait until I actually get into the game until I start my sponsored segment for Path of Exile 2?" Right? Because right now I'm just on a login screen waiting for the queue. And his representative at Grinding Your Game said, sure. He's like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. But honestly, we're pretty sure you're going to be playing a lot of this game anyway. So we're not really worried. Because JP is super addicted to Path of Exile 1. He played so much of that game. So they aren't concerned. They were pretty confident that he was going to be playing the game no matter what. So like, it's true. You want the sponsor segment to be gameplay for people who aren't, that they're trying to convince to play, but they're not worried that he's not going to be playing the game if he's not sponsored. So they weren't really concerned. Yeah. And he was like, wow, rude, but he's like, rude, but true. Or not rude, but he's like, wow, true, but come on now.
True, but you didn't need to call me out.
You didn't need to call me out like that, God.
Like, we have...
Yeah.
God damn.
Moving on, the next sorry. The next thing is, I do enjoy this guy. I know we're not going to be talking about too much about the what's it called, the speeches, but I really enjoy that his nod to his first speech last year, where he's like, "Don't worry, I'm not going to talk about my dead dad."
Oh yeah.
I'm glad he's got some humor to it, because I do feel like some people were a little rude.
To him were kind of rude last year about that shit when it happened.
But he was the presenter for Best Action Game, and the Best Action Games were blackmythwukong, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, and was there? Yeah, Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2.
Yep.
And before we say who won, we've played all these. Wait, okay, Stellar Blade I think is the only game we haven't played, right?
Stellar Blade is definitely the only game I haven't played. Well, Black Myth Wukong too.
Okay, that's true. I haven't played Black Myth Wukong either. Well, I mean, technically I haven't played Black Ops 6, but it's Call of Duty.
Yeah, I played of the 5 games, I played Call of Duty, Helldivers, and Warhammer 40K.
Yeah. And I think all. I mean, I have no problems with any of these games being in it. You know.
Yeah.
So
there's none. All those games deserve to be there for the nominees. And to be quite honest, I feel like all of them were very, very likely to win.
Yeah.
If gun to my head, pick a winner, I picked the same one that they picked for this. I picked the same winner. It's gotta be Helldivers. Helldivers definitely took it. It came out of nowhere. It was a lone independent thing. I mean, granted, yes, it's equal to Helldivers 1, but it plays so completely different compared to the previous game. It was so over the top, so crazy.
Wait, are you sure?
Constantly going. Was it Helldivers 2? Was it? Or was
I don't think Helldivers 2 won.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking. Hold on, let me double check. Was it Black Myth?
It's Blackmythwukong that won. Best action.
Yeah, you're right. Best action. Crap, which one? Fuck.
Yeah, Helldivers 2 did win a couple.
Yeah, they did win a couple of awards. It wasn't best action.
It wasn't best action. It was. I was like so confused. I'm like, wait, is my list wrong?
Your list is wrong now. We must correct it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Black Myth Wukong did take best action. My bad.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm glad that Black Myth Wukong won some stuff because it is a good game, from what I can tell. Mm-hmm. I haven't played it personally.
Someone in Jelly's comments on the YouTube channel is going to just tear me a new one for that one.
But
I make mistakes.
Yeah.
But yes.
All of these games are good, honestly. I have a problem with best action game because that's such a generic name, but I get that you can't get rid of that category. I get it. But, like, I have a problem with the category because, like, it's so broad nowadays. You know, what is an action game now? Every game has action, technically. But, you know, it's whatever. And, I'm just glad that Black Myth Wukong won. It's a good game. And moving on from that, we got into the Epic Games Publishing Presents thing.
If I'm not mistaken, this one was something I was looking. This came out of no. This is where I said they pulled the way back. They pulled games from they pulled the creators of
Shadow of Colossus,
which are incredible games. The Last Guardian was kind of meh, but honestly,
I only know Shadow of Colossus.
This group has made gold, like amazing games. And this game just all right. I'm already.
I mean, it looks interesting.
This is how you do it. You don't need words. You don't need that much words. You just need something catchy, and this is it.
Yeah.
You just saw him climbing aboard this giant structure. Then you find a giant wall of what is imposing death coming towards you. And then he climbs up, and then you find out it's a mecha.
Yeah,
he's climbing aboard a mecha, and he's not even getting on board of it. He's trying to flee.
Yeah, he's trying to get away. He is running as fast as possible.
Yeah. And you're just like, oh wait, can't the mecha survive this? And then you see what happens.
Yeah.
And this is it. That's it. Just incredible storytelling, just like that. And what's even not funnier, but what makes it even more compelling is as you see the mecha fall, so does he.
Yeah, he gets wrecked.
He gets wrecked, and that's it. That was the trailer. And it's not even titled. This thing doesn't even have a title yet.
Yeah, we don't even know the name.
I'm so hooked on this.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for the day they announce more.
Yeah,
and I am definitely getting this.
I don't even know if they're gonna announce more because it's one of this game. The games that they make is kind of like the less you know is better. You know what I mean?
I know. I'm just hoping it comes out sometime in the next 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
Like, I really do want to try that game out. It looks so cool.
And then they had another amazing orchestra performance next.
Did we see Flute Guy?
Flute Guy is not there.
Oh, he's in...
It's a different orchestra, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. I think he is there. No, I don't see someone moving rapidly. No, he's there. He's at the bottom right of the.
Yeah, he was always at the bottom.
He's always
there
there
this year.
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah.
And this was a Civilization 7 thing. I'm pretty sure.
Civ 6 Orchestra playing the music for the next game coming out. Which
and
Civilization is always known for having incredible music.
Oh yeah. And I'm pretty excited for Civ 7. I have some question marks for the game, like the decision making. I'm not entirely sure if I agree with they're like changing how civilization works in terms of like picking a person and like developing a civilization instead of like having set buffs and stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure if I'm okay with that, because like other games have tried it and it feels weird. And from some of the players that are in this genre, a lot of people are saying like, so far no one has really made that system work super well. But if there's any team that could maybe do it, the Civilization team could do it. They have the money to be able to constantly test things. Like, I mean, they've been working this game for a long time. Civ 6 is pretty old by now. So I'm curious what their take on the custom, like start with a civilization and grow over time, but it's not set progression, it's milestone progression where you're selecting different bonuses and you're building your own civilization kind of in a way. I'm curious their take on that. And I don't know if because of that, it's one of the ironic things where I don't think I'm going to be buying this game right away, because I want to know if that works or not. You know what I mean? Because
one of those wait and see approaches, unless you were a diehard Civ fan, and
because I really enjoy,
you just got to get that next turn, one more turn fix.
Yeah.
Then
I'm a huge Civ 5 fan. Civ 6 I wasn't as into, because I didn't really agree with some of the decision makings in terms of the management side. Like, I don't like the individual city happiness, and
that.
And I'm not as big on the graphics, but like, I'm not as I'm. Let me put it this way: the best thing about Civ 7, in my opinion, is they combined the graphics of Civ 6 and Civ 5 into, I think, a good happy medium of realistic and cartoony. Because I think they went a little too cartoony, or in Civ 6, in my opinion. But
they kind of did.
They went a little too cartoony, in my opinion.
At least for the look, for the appearance, but.
Like I said, graphics. Yeah, graphics is a little like that wasn't my biggest. But honestly, my biggest problem was like I didn't really like the district system and stuff like that. And I understand that that's for people who like Civ 6. That's the reason they like it. And I'm like, well, that's why I don't like it. And that's why I prefer Civ 5. So I mean, it makes sense, right? Like I said, I'm not saying Civ 6 is a bad game. It's just like, for me personally, I preferred the systems of Civ 5. And from what I can tell, Civ 7. Other than the whole fact that you're building your own civilization, they kind of coming back to a hybrid of Civ 5 and Civ 6, which I think is good, because I think both of the games have good like ideas, but I want them to be combined and like slightly different, because I like the idea of the district system, but I want to be able to build stuff in my city as well. I don't want it to be just the districts, you know? So yeah. That is interesting, and you know, civilization is a thing. The one funny thing I've seen throughout the seeing some Civ 7 promo material is Sid Meier's is old now, and I always forget that he is an old guy. And I was like, oh my god, he's so old. But he's still kicking and he's still making stuff, so yep. It's great to see. It's going to be sad when not to be too depressing, but it's going to be sad when he dies. I'm going to be sad because he has made a legacy. And I mean, luckily we can always play his legacy, but it's going to be interesting what they do, like how it goes forward when he's not in the lead. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when he is not at the head of the thing. I'm pretty sure he's still the head. So, we'll see. So the next game, I actually don't remember what this is. Oh, wait, I remember it now. I remember the next game.
Yeah, I was about to be like, once I saw the text and the style and I saw space, I was like, oh, I know what this is.
Yeah, no, once I saw the from the studio that brought to you by Not So Public 2, I'm like, oh, they're just making, I get it now.
Yeah.
Obsidian, I understand now. I get it. You're funny.
Yeah.
I really like. I really like this Outer Worlds.
You're very witty. I get it. I get it. Very witty.
I'm pretty excited for Other Worlds too. I enjoyed the first game. It definitely felt like a budget game in my opinion. So I'm excited to see if they. I'm excited to see when they expand this version of the game. I hope they change the leveling system. I did not like the leveling system in Outer Worlds. Okay, let me rephrase that. I thought the leveling system in Outer Worlds was too streamlined. You know? I felt like my character was overpowered immediately. And
but that's I thought that was their point. Their point was for you to feel like that interstellar badass.
Yeah, it was kind of, but like the problem is like I don't care about like not it wasn't the fact that I was overpowered, is that I was overpowered at everything. Like I wanted to make a I wanted to make a pistol wielding gunslinger, but I was like also really good at assault rifles and rocket launchers.
No matter what,
it's really hard
becoming all of it.
Yeah, it's really hard to be bad at something in the game, and that kind of took away some of the roleplay for me.
Gotcha.
And I hope the writing is. I don't want to say better because I don't think the writing was bad, but I hope the writing is slightly more serious. I understand that it's supposed to be a funny, like it's supposed to be like an exaggerated version of a capitalist gone wrong type of deal, but like I would like some serious dialogue a little bit. Like everything was a joke in the first game, and it did get old a little bit by the end. I was like, guys, you're making an RPG that's like 20 plus hours long. Please, not constant jokes. Eventually, it stops being funny.
Judging from the trailer, I think that's what they're planning to do again. At least from the trailer.
From the trailer, but the problem is that the Outer Worlds as like a trailer thing, you want to say the jokes, right? Like,
yeah,
you want to have the jokes in the trailer. So, and also even from the day one, the trailers from Outer Worlds was always this narrator guy making fun of trailers, like, you know, doing the whole bit. So, you know, it makes sense. Like I said, I've sounded very critical of this game, but I really enjoyed Outer Worlds 1.
So critical.
I am. But I really enjoyed Outer Worlds 1, so I'm excited for Outer Worlds 2. So, yeah. And I think the best thing is the reason I have more expectations for Outer Worlds 2 is because they're being backed by Microsoft now. Because before it was a private division game when they were still a thing, and they didn't have as big of a budget. So with Outer Worlds 2, not only is the engine solidified, the world is solidified, the characters solidified, they also seemingly have a bigger budget. Though, I also don't know if the full team is working on it because they're also working on Avowed, and Avowed apparently is really good too. So.
Oh yeah.
Because Avowed is coming out first, and then Outer Worlds is coming out later. So,
Other Worlds, yeah.
So we'll see. But the next game is from EA Origins. Wait, I accidentally skipped past it. Okay, so the next game, I've started the trailer now, is... What is this? Hazelight EA Originals. Oh, so this is EA's like indie label thing, right?
So it is from the creator of It Takes Two.
Right, it's this game. Okay, you're right. Yep. Okay, I remember now. It's the side screen thing where they're in two different worlds.
Yeah, the co-op multiplayer
split faction.
They're basically doing the same formula that got them like all the accolades last time with it with what are they called? It Takes Two.
But with a different different twist.
Different story, different twist. It's called Split Fiction. Basically, two writers get into this cool device that let them live out the fantasy of their written worlds.
Yeah.
Something goes haywire, and then all of a sudden they're now in the same... they're now, like, jumping between each other's stories.
Yeah.
So these two strangers have to co-op and work together to go through all these weird worlds. And just like in It Takes Two fashion, there's going to be multiple worlds, multiple game mechanics just constantly popping at you.
Yeah.
I mean, the formula works.
I mean,
I
would say that
this time.
I would say that I think it's not giving them enough credit to say that they're redoing it, because I think they're expanding on it, honestly.
Yeah.
And I think this is the proper way to expand on it, because I don't want them to make It Takes Two Part 2. You know, I think, because I want them to make like It Takes Two, I want them to make included stories where like it ends.
It Takes Two, the parents get re-divorced again.
Yeah, I know, right? Where it's like, I want these games to have endings, so I'm glad they're not making sequels, but they're expanding upon their vision of what this 2-player online split screen thing can be. And I'm glad that they're expanding onto this.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I'll say this. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like some people saw this and groaned a little, because it's just It Takes Two again. But I'm like, but It Takes Two was good.
Yeah.
It's like having 2 cakes. It's like there's no reason to complain. You're getting 2 cakes.
Yeah. And to be fair, It Takes Two, in terms of gameplay, was never like, it was never a crazy amazing gameplay game, you know? Like it was
a platformer with multiple mechanics.
Yeah, like it's not like they're trying to be groundbreaking in terms of like the game, like the strict gameplay mechanics, but like it being a 2-player game exclusively is the unique aspect of it, and the story is the unique aspect. The character development, the characters talking to each other and learning about each other, that was always the character. That was always the game.
Yeah. And I freaking love that. And
I think people
the writing is going to definitely carry this game.
Yeah.
It's all about the writing.
Yeah, the writing is going to be the biggest deal. But I also not like you should always, not be. You should always be critical, and you should never like take things for granted or anything like that. But I trust these developers to have good writing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can understand where they could miss. They could miss. I'm not saying every game is going to be amazing, but I trust them to try their best at trying to do what they do, And EA, the only slight worry I have is EA will make them release it before it's ready, but I think they have enough clout with EA that they can be pretty confident and give them a good timeline. So
one thing I will still be like, I'm praising them for, and I really am glad they're still doing this, is the whole one person needs
one person can buy it
and have the game.
Yeah, that's really nice.
That's
it's really smart, honestly, too. It honestly is smart only because there's a good chance that some people would just never play the game if both people had to buy it.
Yep.
Nope,
not at all.
Alchem, we should play this game together.
Yeah, sure, why not? Just blow each other up and then get frustrated as hell playing it.
I've actually never played I've never played It Takes Two, honestly. I've seen
so many people got frustrated playing that game.
I mean, to be fair, you and I are slightly more serious. I don't know. Would we throw for content?
My God, you fucking...
Would we throw for content?
Just start swearing at you. Hey, chat, should I fall? Immediately, chat's like, fall.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, when I play games with you, Alchem, I go in there knowing what's going to happen, especially if you're streaming. So I understand what I'm getting into.
Yeah, we're winning. Yeah, when I don't, it's funny when I don't stream. All of a sudden, it's like gamer mode. Everything's fine. I win. Just like, no, when I stream, everything falls apart. It all went wrong.
It's okay. It's why. I was gonna make a deadlock joke there about playing offline or something like that, but. Honestly, I've been losing so much recently in Deadlock that it doesn't even matter.
I've been winning a lot more recently. It's just that now, all of a sudden, I got 2 matches where I didn't get to play my main, and I got stuck with ones that I've never played in forever.
Yeah.
So I got my ass handed to me badly, and I was like, oh, okay, good.
For some reason, me playing the Guinness means everyone one-shots me now. I don't know why. I'm just getting destroyed. I'm getting focused every game.
I feel like did I miss a nerf? Did I miss something there? But
I don't know.
That's Deadlock stuff.
Yeah, that's Deadlock. Anyway, we can talk about that later.
This is Split Fiction coming out soon. Same developers.
I'm
looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if I'll play it right away. I know I said we should play it, but even with that, I don't know. Like I would wait for it a little bit just in case, but yeah. I mean, it's like we said before. I trust these developers to make the game the best game that they think they can make. So, you know, I don't think it's going to be bad, you know? So,
no, I don't think so either. So it looks promising. Can't wait for that one.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully it's next year kind of thing.
Okay. And then the
we
next...
go back to Jeff.
Yeah, we go back to Jeff, and then he does a little ad for something. And after that, we get... Is this still the ad? Or is this a game? I think this is still the ad. This is Intel ad. And then we get a bunch of more ads.
This is like a set of ads.
Set of ads. Wait, is this the trailer for the shooter game, Fragpunk?
I mean,
Fragpunk looks interesting. Yeah, Fragpunk looks interesting, but the sad thing about Fragpunk for me is that I kind of wish that this game was like a single or co-op game instead of a PvP game, because I'm just not interested in a PvP game right now.
Like, I was gonna play it. I got into it and I was gonna play it, but then I just looked at it. I was like, it just feels so generic. I'm sorry. Even if you're doing this weird little punk aesthetic and with like the graffiti art style, it's just not my thing. Yeah, the card system was the one thing that was slightly appealing.
Yeah,
but then I was like,
but the problem is like that for me, that'd just be frustrating. Like in a PvP scenario, that to me is frustrating. Because I like, there's already so many things that I don't know about the game in a PvP competitive setting, where like there's so many things to learn, and then you also add in like basically a roguelike game on the side of card game. I'm like, that's too much, man. Like for me in a competitive setting, like that's too much. I can't handle that. And then Killing Floor 3 was the next trailer. And I mean, it
just came out of nowhere. I was never expecting Killing Floor to suddenly appear.
Really? Killing Floor 3 has been on the radar for a while.
It has?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I'm pretty sure
I didn't even know.
It's been in the works for a little bit, at least. They did a thing, they did a trailer last year, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe there was a trailer during Summer's... I think there was a trailer during Summer's Games Fest, wasn't there?
Damn, I missed it, but still.
Maybe. But yeah, I mean, Killing Floor 3 is Killing Floor 3.
Yeah. I'm getting it. That is definitely... This is definitely one of those... This is like a Leopard Edge style kind of game. You're going to have fun. I'm going to have a lot of fun playing this game.
Yeah.
Hell, I can just play it solo and I still have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, Killing Floor 2 is a great game. I still personally prefer Killing Floor 1, but I still really enjoy Killing Floor 2. I think both games are great. That's also because I prefer the slower pace of Killing Floor 1.
Ah, okay.
But Killing Floor 1 is also... I also am, like, totally understandable that Killing Floor 1 is a worse game in a lot of progression and, like, mechanic ways. But I'm okay with that. Like, personally. But Killing Floor 2 is, like, a great game. And... Yeah. I do have a problem with the loot box system that they have.
Oh, wait, hold on. What was that? I gotta look at the sign up for the closed beta now.
Yeah, you can sign up.
Did I already?
I did. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm like, I know I signed up for quite a few betas, so
yeah.
I gotta double check if I did for Killing Floor. I have to go once again. Go on, Jelly. Don't worry about me.
So after that, they did the whole talking about the game, like games. Sorry, talking about the problems in the industry with a lot of people getting fired and stuff like that. And a lot of there was a lot of people that talked about this, and I'm just gonna say I don't know enough about this to really have a say into it. But apparently, a lot of people, the main guy that they presented is not at face value. He's a good person, but unfortunately, some people were like digging into it and stuff like that. And apparently, there's some weird things, but weird things in terms of like he might be not as nice person. I unfortunately don't really know. And
when you put yourself on the public eye, people
people immediately become internet detectives. So
yep.
I mean, I'm glad that they said something about the whole layoffs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I hope they continue at least bringing up these types of topics, because it is a big problem in the video game industry right now. And unfortunately, I don't think it's going away anytime soon. So I hope that stuff like this is still happening. And, it's one of those things where people continue to be able to find more jobs. And whether this guy is a good guy or not, hopefully he's still got people jobs, which is great. So,
yeah, exactly.
It's still a good thing, whether or not his past can be bad or not. That, honestly, for me, is not as important. The next game that they showed off is... I know a few people that were excited about this game, but also incredibly worried for their wallet. Because this is a mecha game, from what I remember.
Oh.
If this is the game I'm thinking about. This is the PvP mecha game. Yeah.
I played it.
Yeah.
So you can play currently on the beta, in the open beta, or closed beta. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. And a lot, yeah.
It's a battle arena extraction game.
Yeah. And
by the developers of what is it called? Wargaming.
Wargamer, yeah.
Was it Battle of Tanks or World of Tanks?
I think so.
I forget which one. But, yeah.
So that's why a lot of people are worried about their wallets, because it's made by the World of Tanks guys, and that game is notoriously bad monetization. And unfortunately for those people, this game looks really cool, and the mechs look really cool. And so if you're into if you're into the mecha stuff, like I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your wallet.
You can be a Zoid. I was a mortar shooting wolf Zoid. I was also
the beginner mecha. Is it forced teams?
Yeah, you are forced into teams of 2.
Ugh, I hate games.
So
like
you're a squad of 2 versing 6 other teams, and you have a set amount of time to get yourself some power-ups, to level up your character, build up your shields, build up your weapons, build up your abilities, all till you get to the final fight, or to the extraction. You can either somehow distract the enemy enough to get to the extraction point and get out of there, or fight everyone and just be the last man standing. So,
wait. So, question. In the trailer, they do this little circle cubable, the sphere thing that goes into the ship. Is that something you're trying to extract? Is like that an objective?
Basically, there are little landmarking areas where you can claim the spot, and if you claim it, you're the one that stands there for a long enough time. Ship comes and drops power-ups for you. Those power-ups can basically be level ups for your shield, and the rarity differs in how they impact your shielding or your damage.
So what's the benefit of extracting early?
To be honest, basically you're out of there before any damage comes to you or trying to get out. There's no set extraction point. It's after a set amount of time, it makes a point on your map and be like, here's the extraction point. Try to be there, be the first one there, or be the last team standing.
Yeah.
Basically, if you start the extraction, the timer starts, and you either have to defend the point and stay alive as long as you can to extract, or just kill off the enemies, or you get killed.
Yeah. Is it the same where did you have to spend resources to repair your mech outside of the game or something?
No, thank God, no.
Because I was
so far,
that exists in
World of Tanks or
and stuff. So.
Oh my God,
is there monetization in the beta?
From what I've seen, there is, but it's more like
skins and stuff.
There haven't been. I haven't seen skins, but I think you can. Sadly, you can buy level ups. So if you really don't want to invest the time in leveling up by gameplay, you can pay to skip. So you can just basically mass power your mecha.
Are you just more powerful if you level them up?
You become more powerful, yeah. Yeah, you become more powerful. I saw the tree branch or whatever the progression thing. It's like 4% damage plus radius to your damage. Your damage radius is bigger. Certain aspects of your mech, depending on your gameplay style or how you like to play,
you can play the beta
can get modified and bit. Yeah.
I meant to download this and I forgot.
I would say I enjoyed it. It was fun. I need to play more of it though.
Yeah.
So that one I definitely had a good time.
I'll probably try that out at some point. The next game after that is it's a personal game that I really enjoy for me, and it is okay. I'm going to be honest, Alchem. One of the reasons why I really enjoy this game is because the developers are Canadian. I'll be honest, they're Canadian developers, and the game is based in Canada. If you couldn't tell by all the snow, it is.
So biased.
Do you know this game?
No, I'm not familiar with this one.
It's The Long Dark.
Oh.
It's The Long Dark 2, basically. It's the sequel to The Long Dark. The Long Dark is a survival game. It started its life as a roguelike survival game, and they released episodic story mode. They're currently working on episode 5, which is the last episode of the first story, and this is the continuation of it. It looks like.
Cool.
For a new game, and they did say really they beautiful. Did promise they are going to be releasing the 5th episode of the story before this game comes out. Obviously,
it's so beautiful. Honestly,
yeah, it looks amazing. And even if you're not into the story-based roguelike survival games, The Long Dark is a survival game where surviving is the main focus. Like, this is not a combat survival game. It's not like The Forest where you're fighting a lot of creatures like the cannibals all that time. The main thing of The Long Dark is you are in northern Canada and it's really cold. Survive. Nothing grows. So it's like the main thing is surviving that.
The mysterious lands of Canada.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Mysterious lands of Canada. It's what happens to me on a daily thing because I have it, as you know.
Okay. This is
ignore the fact that I am in the warmest part of Canada. The next is okay. I'll be honest, Alchem. The next is the Borderlands trailer, and it looks like Borderlands.
It looks like Borderlands. It looks like they're taking a more serious point because none of the characters are talking.
Yeah, well, I mean, not only that, the villains don't look like a joke. They look like villains.
Yeah, the villains don't look. Yeah, the villains look like straight up villains, which is not.
They look like evil guys, which is good because I mean, Handsome Jack looked like an evil. He was an evil guy in a suit. Like he wasn't like villain, but like he looked evil. And I mean, okay, I am not going to be playing this game on launch because I'm Borderlands out.
I'm gonna wait
unless I see the game, I'm like, oh, they did something different. Also, because it looks like
the Maniacs of Pandora have been taken over by those masks, I guess, because you can see all of them are suddenly wearing masks and they're glowing. So oh, okay. And I'm guessing the robots are the corporations again. So
something like that.
And Wastelanders versus corporations again.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't mind that. And I the thing about Borderlands for me is that the gameplay for Borderlands hasn't really improved, in my opinion, since Borderlands 2. The RPG system basically has been the same since Borderlands 1. The skill trees has been the same since Borderlands 1. Yeah. I kind of just want them to do something more. The whole tons of loot, guns, all that stuff. I don't know. I will not be playing this game on launch. I'm Borderlands out 100%.
The allure of the first 2 games was great. The interesting comedy, the over-the-top antics, and lots of guns. Yeah. That was the draw. Then after that, on Borderlands 3, they didn't have the wit anymore. There was no charming characters anymore. And the lots of gun thing had been played out already by them. So in the end, and the characters, sadly, the new characters didn't really have anything going for them. There was not really anything that was just so exciting. So it's honestly, none of the main characters from Borderlands 3 pulled me in. Yeah. So I don't know about Borderlands 4.
I'll be keeping an eye on the game, but I won't be buying it. We'll see what happens. Yeah. It's one of those we'll see type of games. The next is it's a fighting game. I don't know what fighting game this is.
I don't remember this one. Why don't I remember this one?
I don't remember. This is an intense. I don't remember what this is.
It's Tekken.
It's Tekken. Sorry, it's a DLC.
It's Tekken,
it's Final Fantasy crossover with Tekken.
Yeah.
Right. I forgot.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the heck is this? I forgot. I'm like, wait, that looks like. I was like, that looks like Final Fantasy, but it's a fighting game. And I was confused for a second.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. But so yes, after that was the most anticipated game award. Death Stranding 2, Ghost of the Yoti, Grand Theft Auto 6, Metroid Prime 4, and Monster Hunter Wilds. Now, okay, like
this is a easy one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, okay, all these games very anticipated. Grand Theft Auto 6 was gonna win no matter what. Like, it's Grand Theft Auto 6. I've made 4 videos.
They release
I've made 4 videos on Grand Theft Auto 6 purely on rumors because it's just like, I know that it's a hot topic. Like, Grand Theft Auto 6 doesn't need to be in the news to be news. So
no.
And
it's just literally,
and like, no offense to the other games. I'm sure, honestly, all the other games are going to be really good, I think. Because all of them are going to be amazing games in their own right. But this is Grand Theft Auto 6. No competition.
There's absolutely no competition.
Like, honestly, for me personally, Metroid Prime 4 and Monster Hunter Wilds are, like, out of these 5, that's what my most anticipated for me.
Yeah, same.
But
even I will acknowledge.
But Grand Theft Auto 6,
there's nothing that has the pull of GTA 6. Nothing.
The mass appeal. This game is going to make so much. Like, it could be the worst game ever in existence, and it's going to be a financial success.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to be the worst game in existence, but
I don't think so either. But it's going to do.
It's going to do so good, and I'm going to play it eventually. You know, like,
yeah.
I bought. I'm gonna wait for PC whenever that happens, and when that happens, I'll wait for a little bit longer for them to fix all the bugs, and then I'll play. And I'll play single player. I will not. I am not touching online.
But then after that came the best multiplayer game.
Yeah, the best multiplayer.
And that's where I thought. That's where I got the area.
Yeah, Helldivers 2 wins this one.
Over Call of Duty, Super Mario Jamboree, Tekken 8. And Warhammer 40k.
Yeah, so and honestly, the only one in my opinion that probably had a chance to win against Helldivers 2 is like the Mario Party crowd, because like the Mario Party crowd is a very, they love Mario Party, and everyone who really enjoys Helldivers 2 probably also enjoys like 40k and Call of Duty. Like there's a chance that those votes might have been split, but. Yeah, so Helldivers 2 won that one, and that's no question. It's a great game. I played it. Yeah, this was even before they did the whole stuff that's coming later.
Yeah,
and
it's no surprise there. Yeah, congrats to that one.
Yep, congrats to them. And then the best community support: Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky.
I don't remember this one.
Baldur's Gate 3 won this one. And Baldur's Gate 3, yes, there's crazy community support for this game. I'm sad that No Man's Sky didn't win it, because No Man's Sky is... Hello Games are crazy. They're literally insane, the fact that they still support No Man's Sky with so many free updates.
Yeah, right.
Baldur's Gate 3 is still getting crazy amounts of updates. In fact, they said they weren't making more content for it, and then they announced that they're making a new subclass for every single class. And like everyone's like, I thought there was no new updates, guys. Like, what happened to no more updates? Done. You said you were done. So yeah. But I mean, all those games have amazing community support, so all of them kind of deserve it. I don't know if I agree with Helldivers 2 though. That's because I'm slightly salty. Because I would say in the beginning they didn't know what the problem was. They didn't know what the community wanted, but they kind of know now. But yeah, so Baldur's Gate 3 and the love to the modding community is insane. They've also officially they've talked how they also know what people have downloaded, because like, for instance, the official Baldur's Gate 3 Twitter account has officially talked about the mod that the only thing it does is it changes the zombie guy's name to Daddy, or like Zombie Daddy or something like that. It's so funny. They're like, we see you guys. We can see you download these mods, guys. Very funny. And then after that, the best art direction with Astrobot, blackmythwukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, Metaphor, Ren Fantazo, and Neva. And honestly, I think this is the one that they this is the only one that they didn't win. Astrobot didn't win because Metaphor
that's the one that
but to be fair, it is art, and the art in Metaphor is amazing. I've never played the game, but I've seen the game, and it's like it looks amazing.
It's such a beautiful looking game.
It's an amazing looking game, and all these games look amazing. Actually, okay, I don't know about Neva because I've never seen that game, but I assume it looks amazing.
I've never seen it either, so I don't know.
But all these games could have done it. Honestly, I was surprised that Metaphor won, but that's only because I thought the other the other games had more, like, not obviously, like, more fans doesn't matter because it's a community thing, but I thought that the other games were gonna win because, like, they were bigger games. Like, I thought Elden Ring was gonna win this, honestly. I thought Elden Ring was gonna win this. But no, turns out there's a lot of weebs in the committee, so that's fine. Yeah. And then we got a bunch of ads. No, sorry. This is the trailer for Splitgate. The Splitgate
finally coming out with
the sequel
update, or
no, it's a sequel. Yeah. It's a sequel, which I don't know if I agree with. I don't know if I agree that going to a sequel after they had a really good. Hopefully, it's going to pay out. It's going to be really sad if this game comes out and it flops because they straight up abandoned the first game to make this game, and so hopefully it turns out to be the right decision. But yeah, unfortunately, I will not be playing this game because this game is too complicated for me, and it confuses me. I will fully admit I am an old man when it comes to FPS games now, and any game that has the faster pace of Counter-Strike or Valorant, I get confused.
And with Portals.
And Portals confuse me, man. There's too many things. The next trailer is, I mean, it literally just says it right away, is Dragon Age.
Dragon Age
the Vanguard. And it is it just a trailer for the game?
No, it's just an ad. It's an ad.
Yeah, it's an ad for the game. Okay.
Yeah, it's an ad.
I was like, I don't think DLC is coming out for the game right now. Like, the game just came out.
Let me just double check.
Yeah, it was just.
And the next one was.
And the next one is an ad for.
It's ad for Mecha
Break, which looks interesting. It looks interesting, honestly.
Yeah. Then another ad for Star Wars Outlaws.
And then Fortnite. Yeah, and then they had the performance. Oh god, I can't remember her name. I'm sorry. And I don't want to unmute this. Yeah, but is this the voice actor for Jinx, or?
I don't know, sadly. All I know is just it was like a song for the show.
Yeah. But it was an amazing. I listened to this live, and it's amazing. She did an amazing job.
Sadly, for DMCA reasons, we cannot.
Yeah, obviously, we're not going to play this because I don't want to be sued out of my mind.
And I don't want I don't want this portion of the stream to be just muted.
But it was amazing.
Appreciate you not DMCAing me.
But it was amazing. And yeah, okay, sorry, I skipped to the next thing by accident. And then the next trailer comes. I don't actually remember what this is. Warning is broken like the first one. I don't remember what this is.
Let's see.
Ryogi Goku Studio?
Warning is broken like the first warning. Wait, isn't this
I don't remember what this is, honestly.
I see. I'm gonna go ahead. I mean, it looks interesting.
It looks interesting.
Gameplay. This is just video.
This is a CG trailer. I don't remember what this is though.
Okay, it's not a sequel to anything. It's its own thing. Wait, no, this isn't the one I was saying. This is Virtual Fighter. Never mind. This is
it's Virtual Fighter. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was confusing this for the other game I saw the trailer of. But
right, Virtual Fighter. Right.
Again, they go back and pull another thing.
Well, we knew this was coming. We knew this was coming.
Yeah.
Virtual. They've been teasing the new Virtual Fighter for a while.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that another game coming back from God knows when.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, fighting games have kind of hit their new peak when it comes to a lot of it. So.
Yep.
Yeah. The next one is this is the trick.
Yeah, this is it. This is this weird, like, I don't know, industrial era-esque kind of Japanese game. I don't know how to describe this.
Yeah, 1915. So this is during World War One.
I thought this, for a second, I thought it was like Shinmu. No, it can't be Shinmu either. I thought it was something along the lines like that.
Yeah, 1915. This is during World War One. So, and if I remember correctly, wait, which side was Japan on in World War One? Japan was on the Allies side in World War One. I'm pretty sure.
Also, for a second, I got a vibe of Yakuza. I thought
it's got well, I mean, like, so far the only combat is melee, right? And this guy kind of looks like a gangster or like a Yakuza member. I guess gangster and Yakuza are the same thing, right?
Yeah,
kind of. But
I thought it was gonna be something along that genre. Yeah,
it's
its own.
I mean, to be fair,
thing.
like, there's a lot of blood for the Yakuza games.
Yeah, the Yakuza is more like beat 'em up kind of.
But this is this is the Ragu Goto
Project Century.
Project Century, yeah. Right, because it's 1915 and it's 2025.
Yeah. So no idea what that's going to be about.
I mean, it looks interesting. It was pre-alpha footage, to be fair. And they showed off gameplay, so they're obviously confident about it.
Definitely going to wait. It's going to be a wait and see, but I'm going to be very.
That's a wait and see, but I'm intrigued. Yeah, I agree. The next, the goat came out.
There he is.
Yeah, yes. The goat came out, and he is presenting. I can't remember what host he was for. What award was he presenting?
Let me.
Best game direction. Right, and then Astrobot, blackmythwukong, eldenringshadowoftheerdtree, and Metaphor Refantazo, with Balatro as well, and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and this.
I need to give Balatro a try.
It's an amazing game.
Yeah, it's just a card game, right? Or am I missing something? Is there more to this?
I will tell you, Alchem, it is not just. It is a card game, but it's not just a card game.
All right, then I gotta definitely try. Try this.
Let me rephrase that. I'm not saying the gameplay is not just it is a card game, but I think it's like saying that Slay the Spire is just a card game. You know, there's so much more to Slay the Spire than saying it's just a card game. I feel
all right.
Yeah, but this is the sequel to the Astrobot Sweep. They won that.
The Astrobot Sweep.
And all these games didn't. They're great game direction, but Astrobot is destroying everything in sight. Once again, it's a surprise. Elden Ring didn't win, but it's whatever. The next game trailer is weird. If this is the game I'm thinking it is, the Saber and Universal one is very strange because.
Oh yeah, no, this is again with the way back. Like I said,
but not
this is freaking Turok.
This is Turok, but you're not Turok.
Yeah, you're not Turok now. Apparently, it's Turok Origins, so I'm guessing this is before Turok.
Yeah,
was in the picture.
Yeah, because you're not Turok, if I remember correctly.
What? Yeah, you're not him, but I'm just like that. What?
Because when I was saying this, I'm like, this looks like. I was like, that kind of looks like Turok, but I'm like, that's not Turok though, and it's like a co-op game.
Yep. So I'm just like, where are we going with this? This does look interesting, but
and it's a third-person game, not a first-person game.
Yeah,
which is weird.
I don't know how to feel about that one.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this because it's just using Turok. It's not, from what I can tell, it has literally nothing to do with Turok, except for the fact that it's called Turok. And then we got Super Earth announcement. I don't know if we have anything. I don't know if we have anything else about Turok. I mean, I haven't played the old school Turok games, but it didn't look like Turok.
It's been forever.
Yeah, and I'm glad that John Helldiver exists.
Yeah, he's there on the
he is a main character.
Oh my god, it's great.
It was great, and I
love the presentation they do for Helldivers. Yeah. It's really good.
I mean, Helldivers is such a great property. I can disagree with so many things that
some of the decisions they've done.
Yeah, I can disagree, but like they know exactly how to play into what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, this trailer for the new faction was amazing. Mm-hmm. Have you played it yet? I've played it a bunch.
Oh, I haven't played it yet. I need to play it. I've already seen pictures of it. One of the coolest things I've seen, yes, because in this trailer they showed that the humans have been corrupt and taken over and become Illuminate.
Dude,
but I've seen one of the cool things is apparently when they die, you see some of them.
Yeah, some of them salute. Some of them do the Super Earth salute. Another cool thing, Alchem, is you shoot off their legs, they continue crawling at you. They will not stop. I will say, Alchem, it's great that they added a vehicle. Holy cow, this vehicle has the worst handling I've ever had. Like, the controls suck, and I hope it's me doing something wrong, because every time I've tried to use this vehicle, holy cow, it's so bad.
I just always, whenever I have to deal with something in the game that's just like doesn't handle right, or is broken, or it just feels kind of like a piece of crap, I'm like, oh, that's just super money right there. That's just managed democracy money at work right there.
Yeah.
This car is a piece of shit. That's
yeah. They are a amazing faction to fight against. The new maps are great. I really love the city environments. And so far, it's been great. It's been really good fun. The new mission types have been really fun too. To be fair, some of the new mission types are like hybrids of some of the old missions. So like it's a new take on an old mission with the Illuminated twist. The new sub-objectives as well are really cool. And the new war bond is pretty... okay. The one thing before we continue on is the new war bond... I have a problem with the direction they're going with this war bond stuff, only because they keep adding melee stuff, and the melee combat in this game sucks.
Yeah, like, I was about to be like, melee is not even used that often.
And so they also showed off the directional shield in the war bond, right? The directional shield is a worse version of the shield backpack in every way. And I don't know why this thing exists. Because it's just a worse version of a thing that already exists. And it's because you can technically use the spear with it or other one-handed weapons. But, like, it's just bad. And I have no problem if they want to add melee combat to the game. But they have to do something about the melee combat that exists. Because it's just bad. And none of the enemies die to the new weapon, the melee weapons. Like, you just stab them over and over again and then die because you get swarmed. So it's like, I don't understand. I don't get it. And it's one of those things where I understand that where you're trying to go for it, but this weapon literally only exists on lower difficulties because you won't get swarmed. And I don't even play on level 10 most of the time. I play on like difficulty 7 most of the time with my friends. So like, we're not even on the hardest difficulty, and we're getting wrecked in the with the melee stuff. But I mean, once we stopped using that stuff, it's fine. But
give us a bit more.
If you want to do melee,
improve the melee, give us something better, or I don't know.
Yeah,
but again, the whole joke is we are a bunch of like would-be We're just a bunch of would-be soldiers being told we're going to be the best of the best and the
we're
heroes.
expendable.
In the end, we're literally cannon fodder.
We're literally cannon
fodder. The trailer literally shows you getting blasted by your own teammates sometimes.
Yeah, literally the entire trailer is like half the deaths are team kills.
Yeah, half the deaths in this thing are team kills that I've seen. And so I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like
there was only once in a while where you got killed by Illuminate, and that's it.
And it's only the harvesters that kill you too.
Yeah.
Which are the tripod things. They're called the harvesters. But so yeah, I'm super excited, but I do have like a slight problem of I don't understand why they keep adding melee weapons and worst versions of existing stratagems. Like if the directional shield was a better shield backpack, but it only does one direction, that's fine. But it's actually just worse because it doesn't block melee damage and it dies in 2 hits to range attacks. Well, not 2 hits, but it dies really fast. And I'm like, this is just a worse version of the shield backpack. And I don't get it. So yeah.
That's Helldivers 2, Omens of Tyranny.
Yeah.
And well,
I mean, it's great, and I'm excited. I'm glad that they're finally updating because it did feel like there was a big drought of content for Helldivers 2. And then we got more people coming out, and then we got... Is this an ad? No, I don't think it's an ad.
Oh. Catch up with you.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Digital Extremes. I don't think this is an ad. Is this an ad?
No, this is showcasing... What is this?
What is this?
This is a game. This is this is Tenno. What is
this is Warframe. Warframe 99.
Warframe, thank you.
Yeah, this is Warframe 99.
The next Warframe update.
Yeah, this is the next Warframe update. I forgot, sorry. All right.
I was like, wait a minute, I remember. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The new update for
Warframe. I am not a Warframe player. I'm excited for the Warframe players. I personally am not a Warframe player though.
Do I understand anything that's going on anymore in the Warframe universe?
I do not. But I'm happy for the Warframe players because they seem excited and really into what's happening with this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you go.
Mm-hmm.
Pop off, man.
You go.
Pop off. I don't get it. I'm so confused. But if you're excited, I'm excited that you're excited. And I'm happy that you're getting what you guys want. I don't
understand, but happy for you, Tenno.
Yeah, I'm happy for you guys. But I am not one of those players.
Oh man.
But yeah, I mean, it looks cool, but I am not a Warframe player, and I'm unfortunately not going to join the Warframe players with this. The next thing after that was the Pal World stuff.
Oh yeah, the next Power World update coming out in like what, 10 days?
Yeah.
Less.
Yeah, it's coming out soon.
Yeah.
And
new factions, new monsters.
Yep, it's got the new expansions, new pals, all that cool stuff.
And also, they fixed it. They did it. They listened to Nintendo because Nintendo sued, and it worked.
Well, they're still fighting the lawsuit, I'm pretty sure, but they changed how the pals fields work in the game. So.
Yeah, because the main fight was the whole
throwing mechanic. Yeah.
Throwing to summon a Pokemon.
If they don't win, I really hope they just add a gun. So you just load the ball into something and just shoot it.
They literally, I mean, now they have, from what I haven't played yet.
It just teleports.
I saw video.
It just teleports.
Yeah, you still do the animation of throw a ball, but it just appears right beside you because I'm guessing they're going to remove that animation soon.
It's either, it's a temporary fix probably because they don't know what's going to happen.
You're happy, Nintendo? You set a precedent now, and now God knows who else is going to take advantage of this.
And then after that, there mobile game, anime mobile game. I'm sure this is going to be great. And then the Xbox ad, which is great. And then another ad. And then the Amazon ad, which is,
Oh, yes. This Wuthering Waves. And I forget. Yeah, you're right. Ads.
It's just a bunch of ads.
My God. There's so many ads. No wonder people are bitching.
And then the best debut indie game was the next award. Balatro, Manalords, Pacific Drive, The Plucky Squire, and Animal Well were in these categories. And Balatro won the standout, which honestly it deserves. It sold crazy amounts. I don't know if you've seen Alchem, but since the announcement that Balacho was nominated for a bunch of things and the controversy that happened, Balacho has made $4 million on mobile sales. It is so far one of the I think it was like one of the few games that has beaten Minecraft in the top paid spot on both the Google Store and the Apple Store. Like,
I need to try this game out. What the hell?
Look, Alchem, it's amazing. The Bricky, I don't know if you know the content creator Bricky. He was literally tweeting and showing him playing Balacho while at the Game Awards on mobile.
He's advertising well.
Yeah, I mean, Bricky has been a big Balacho fanboy. So yeah, they're really it's great for them. They won that, and then after that, the next game. Oh, I recognize this trailer, but I don't remember what this game is. Wait.
I don't remember
what this is.
Oh, wait. Okay, I remember watching this and I saw the flames. Like, what is this? This looks familiar. This looks like Onimusha? No.
Yeah.
Wait, is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, it is Onimusha.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm sorry. I was gonna say it's a Japanese name that I can't pronounce.
Yeah. I was like looking at this. Like, wait. I thought Onimusha. I was like, no, it can't be. And now all of a sudden, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Oh shit!
Yeah, is this the tower defense game?
Me. No.
There's a Japanese tower defense game that I know they exist. So that isn't this one?
I don't believe so.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm just making sure.
It's been forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, this came. This is another one that came out of left field for me. I was not expecting this one on the.
Yeah, I mean, Capcom has been kind of on the bring back old school games while they continue making all their current games really good. So, Capcom's kind of like on a tear recently.
Capcom, do it! Bring back Legends, for God's sakes! Make Legends 3 a thing.
I don't even know what that is.
You know what? Bring back Mega Man.
Oh,
bring
Mega
him
Man.
back. Bring Legends 3 again.
Don't bring back Mega Man, please.
Yeah, bring him back.
No, don't bring him back. Although this is 2026, which is a lot longer than what most of the trailers were, because that's 2 years away.
Yeah, I saw that. When I saw 2026, I was like, all right, I quickly forget about this game because I'm not going to wait that long. I'm not going to keep this in my mind for like 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they'll bring in another marketing campaign after, so.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's Capcom.
And then the DNF universe.
Talk.
Oh, I think okay. Speaking of these two guys, it was so funny. The guy on the right, there are so many jokes about him like having a neck problem. Like he's hiding a hickey or something like that. It was so funny. There were so many jokes about that because it's like, why is his collar like that? It was really funny.
Yeah, you're right. What the?
Like,
yeah.
That was very funny to see. But continuing on with the trailer.
Are you sure this coat doesn't make me look bad? Yeah, you look fine. Oh my god.
Yeah, I remember this trailer. It looked interesting.
It's what is it? Berserk.
It's Berserk. It's Berserk. We've known this game exists.
Yeah, we've known this game has been out for a while. The trailer just makes it look better. I'm curious where it's going with this.
The problem is that it was a CG trailer. So like we still don't really know what the gameplay looks like.
Yeah.
So hopefully the gameplay looks something similar to this, but yeah.
All I know is it's just a Souls-like game. So like okay, cool. All right.
I mean, the CG trailer looks very pretty.
I just want to see combat because that's
I want to see game. I want to see gameplay. And
if the gameplay is good, then I'll be intrigued, interested, and want to join in.
Yeah, but
if that's it.
Unfortunately, I can only handle so many CG trailers. You know. So
look at that CG.
Yeah. But honestly, I'm skipping through it because it's just a CG trailer. But the first Berserk, it's coming March, so it's coming soon. It's coming next. Actually, no, it's not even coming soon. It's coming almost a full year. Yeah, so it's a while.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a while before we see that.
It's gonna be a while.
The first Berserker's on. That's it.
Yeah. Oh. I mean, it's like I said, the CG trailer looks cool, but we've known this game has existed for a while, and I'm at the point I'm like, okay, guys, we gotta start seeing gameplay, or I'm like getting worried here.
And now I saw next after this, if this is what I think it is. Hold on, Nexon. This is what people are dubbing anime GTA.
Yeah.
Wait, no, is it Wuthering Waves?
No,
this is Wuthering Waves.
I was like, this is Wuthering Waves, I think.
There is. I saw the other trailer. Sorry, just Nexon, and I always think it's gonna be with that one because I saw that trailer and I'm like, oh, okay. But this is the next Wuthering Waves.
Yeah, this is the Wuthering Waves stuff. Wait, no, this is not. This is Arid Dungeon Fighter.
Oh, what? Oh, crap! Did I mistake it because of the style? Yeah, I did. I made a mistake.
Well, I don't think this is that game that you're thinking about.
No, I don't. This is not that game.
This is just another anime waifu game.
Another anime waifu game. Yes. Like I've seen many of these over and over, but it's okay.
I mean, hey, they paid. People. They're huge audience for those types of games.
Yeah, people will definitely pay out the ass for this.
Yeah. And so after that, Dying Light, the Beast game was shown, and this is a separate game. This is not an expansion pack for Dying Light 2, so it looks interesting, honestly. From what I can tell, it's a prequel. Or
I don't know
it's hard to tell at what during the timeline. Like I'm not super familiar with the Dying Light timeline, but it seems like it's not after the fact of Dying Light 2, from what I know. But
I can't really tell when it takes place.
But it's definitely during, so we'll see. But I mean, when during the actual game, when they showed gameplay during this trailer, I'm almost
positive.
Show
gameplay. They show,
and I mean, it looks like more Dying Light. Probably slightly different, but I mean, Dying Light's gameplay was pretty good. So definitely, a melee combat zombie game. So definitely interesting.
I'm looking forward to that one too. I will say after a drought of it's been a drought since we had a proper zombie game.
I mean, honestly, the only one that I remember is Dying Light 2.
Yeah,
is the last.
But it's been a drought of zombie games for a while, so I'm like, you know what? It's all right.
I mean, zombie games are. I think they still have their place. Zombies are still a good enemy.
No, just remember when there was I remember when it was maybe a couple of years ago where we just got way too many zombie games and people were getting kind of tired of them.
Yeah.
I think once Metal Gear Survive came out, we were tired.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was around there where people just were fed up with the zombie genre.
Yeah.
And then
they did definitely. Oh god, sorry. They did definitely outstay their welcome, but I think now that we're getting less zombie games all the time, a zombie game here and there.
Yeah.
And then best action / adventure game. And Astrobot, Prince of Persia, Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, Legend of Zelda, Echo of Wisdom. And I mean, look.
It's no surprise.
Astrobot sweep.
It's no surprise.
Astrobot sweep. Astrobot sweep. And the only funny one is I kind of wanted Star Wars Outlaws to win, only because the outrage on Twitter would have been hilarious.
Oh my god.
But that's because, slight chaotic gremlin in me. The best RPG, Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Metaphor, ReFantazo. During the voting process...
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. I had no idea what to pick for this one, because I'm like, man, all these are really good RPGs. And, I honestly had no idea. I can't even remember what I voted for.
Seeing that Metaphor ReFantasmo won Wait,
yeah.
Did it? Yeah. Let me just.
I'm pretty sure it
Sensei
did.
One. I'm like curious. I'm curious to try it because I've heard the soundtrack. It sounds so good.
Yeah.
Like I actually want to. I want to get into that one later. Oh, and this after that, the RPGs came the content creator of the year, which I was not surprised. I honestly was not surprised who won that.
I was so sad that Pekora did not win. I wanted her to win so badly. I voted for her. I'll be honest. I voted for her.
I voted for Queso.
Queso is a great guy. Queso, look, okay, look. If Pekora wasn't gonna win, Queso better would have won.
Yeah.
But Queso is an amazing guy.
For me, it should have been. It would have been like Queso was a clear front runner.
Yeah.
Shadow Pekora would have been second.
Yeah, because
they're both really good.
Because for anyone who doesn't know, I mean, to be fair, you're watching a VTuber podcast, so you 100% know who Pekora is. But Pekora is literally the most watched streamer, like the most watched female streamer on YouTube. Period. In all of YouTube. And it's not even close. So like she is insanely popular, and even though she's a Japanese speaking only, like the Japanese audience loves her. So yeah,
one of the reasons I chose Queso because he just reminds me of the old school era of YouTube, where it's YouTube gaming and Twitch gaming, where it's all about just the goofy guy just having his fun, just making funny comments, making funny jokes. Hell, even cracking it up with his own chat, even if it's at the cost of his own expense.
I mean, the reason I know Queso is because of everyone making fun of him, like all the roasts that he gets from chat. Like
and he plays along.
Yeah, he plays along with them. Your band.
That's why I love. That's why I just started to. At first, I was thinking it was just like, oh, he's just doing this. He's just baiting them. It's like, no, but he plays off of their jokes and everything very well too.
Yeah, he does it very well, and he's just honestly, it's like I think one of the reasons that I've always kind of enjoyed his content through like watching like the clips and stuff. When Queso was nominated and people were complaining that Pekora was also there, his response was amazing. Because he was like, what do you mean? Just because you don't know who she is doesn't mean she doesn't deserve to be there. And he's like, and like he said it in Queso in Queso's way, but that's basically what he said. Like just because you don't know who she is doesn't mean she doesn't deserve to be there. And like he became the amount of art, I don't know if you've seen the art, but the fan art of Pekora and Queso was so good. I also really love that Queso is getting fatter and fatter. Like he's getting bigger and bigger. Like they keep all the Japanese artists just draw him bigger and bigger every time. And he's just he's so big compared to Pekora. It's so funny. It's so funny. But yeah, I'm not surprised. And Queso's reaction to when he won was also amazing. It was great. Pekora's reaction to her losing was also really good. She was a very good sport. I kind of wish that she continued to watch. She stopped watching as soon as she lost, not because she's a sore loser or anything, because it was really early in Japan. Like it was insanely early, so she went to bed probably. But
I honestly, for all of them who got to this point and who got nominated, honestly, they're all incredible talents.
All the people deserve to be there for whatever reason. They deserve to be there. Just because you don't, there are so many content creators that you don't know that are insanely popular. So yeah, who ? Omega lol.
Exactly. But
yeah.
And again, just congrats to the winners.
Yeah. Congrats to Queso. He's an amazing guy, honestly. The best sports / gambling game, because that's what sports games are now. F1 24. Honestly, I don't care. I don't even remember. I think it was EA Sports FC 25. EA Sports FC 25 is FIFA, but they lost the license to FIFA.
Oh.
Because FIFA didn't renew their. FIFA basically offered EA a contract, or like offered to do a thing, and EA was like, that is not good, no. And then the negotiations fell through, and they just said, fine, we'll just make a game without you. And then FIFA is making their own game, but it's like heavily involved with like crypto and stuff like that, and NFTs. if I remember correctly. The last time I saw it, it was an NFT crypto game.
Damn.
And then best sim/strategy game: Age of Mythology Retold, Frostpunk 2. Oh god, Kitsugami, Path of the Goddess, Mana Lords, and Unicorn Overlord. I'll be honest, I voted for Age of Mythology Retold because I wanted it to win, and it didn't, and I'm sad. But Frostpunk 2 is an amazing game. It is a game that deserves the 2, in my opinion. They did not make Frostpunk I'm having a stroke. I'm sorry. They did not make
Frostborn.
Almost. They did not make Frostpunk 1.5. They made Frostpunk 2. I wish I could play the audio for the Muppets because they're amazing.
They're gold.
They're gold. Comedy gold.
Yep.
I like they even if you look at the subtitles, so I'm looking at the subtitles, they even say it's like game commercials with awards. Like they even make that joke. They even make a joke how there's a lot of ads. Like I want them back next year, and I want them to continue making the same jokes or like new versions of the same jokes. But yeah, they're great, and I hope they I hope they come back every year. I also want a version of them in the Summer's Game Fest. Honestly, a little bit.
I would like that if they show
up
again.
If it's great. The game, if it's only the Game Awards they show up, that's totally fine. It definitely feels like the Game Awards would be a good place for them. But yeah, so the next trailer after that is funny enough. Okay, so this comes out of left field for a lot of people, but it's not surprising when you understand the lore behind this. Unfortunately, I can't remember his name. Oh god, I can't. I can't remember his name now.
My brain. Post Malone.
Post Malone. Yeah, Post Malone. He apparently plays a lot of Hunt Showdown. Mm-hmm. He loves Hunt Showdown, and so I think he actually asked them if he could do this. Like he wanted a partnership and stuff like that, and so they made it. And I mean,
it's so cool that they
looks great. Hunt Showdown is one of those games that every time I talk about it or look at it, I'm like, man, I should play this game, and I install it and then never play it and uninstall it for some reason.
Wow, here I am. I'm being dead weight whenever I play with friends in this game, but I still have a great time because it's just fun.
I know, like, I agree.
Even though those rare moments where I actually managed to get a kill, I'm just having a blast.
Oh yeah, it's a great time. Even though I very rarely play it. It's one of those games that I definitely should play. But yeah,
I should go.
And then more ads.
Bug Divine and be like, let's join again.
Yeah. And then the next. Oh god. The next game.
It's just ads about EA stuff, right?
The next stuff was ads, but I'm talking about the stuff after that. So let me know when you get to that point because
let me get
the stuff after that made me. Ads. Oh god, I'm so depressed.
Hmm? Oh, you're talking about the.
I mean, it's very obvious what it is at the outset because it's the Squid Game game.
Yeah, it's a Squid Game.
But it's looks so bad. Like the presentation was amazing, but the actual game looks awful. The weird cel-shaded graphics, it just looks awful. It looks bad.
Yeah, it does.
And
it really does look bad.
The fact that Crab Game looks better than this is sad. Because the Crab Game is a free game that you like it's so bad, man. And I mean there was also a teaser for season 2, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And then the cherry on top, it's a Netflix game. So no one's gonna play this game. It's a multiplayer game that no one's gonna play. Like, I don't know what Netflix is doing, man. They're so stupid. They could have just made an actual thing, and it could have been good. And then Snoop Dogg came out.
And then
Snoop Dogg came out. And then Snoop Dogg appeared. Best ongoing game with Destiny 2, Diablo 4. Final Fantasy, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and I'm pretty sure Helldivers 2 won this.
Yeah,
Yeah, Helldivers 2 won this. Yeah, Helldivers 2 won this. And I just want to say, if Diablo 4 won this, the explosion on Twitter would have been crazy. Because people really don't like Diablo 4 right now. And especially for ongoing games. And
no, if Diablo won, everyone would have cried rage.
It will cry rage. Same with Destiny 2. Destiny 2 is slightly complicated because like Destiny 2 has technically made the best content they have in a long time, but they made that content and then everyone got fired. So
I don't know where they're going with it, but yeah, all right. Whatever direction you're going.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't even know if Fortnite, yes, it is an amazing ongoing game, but like I don't know, they're on a different level.
Fortnite is a jack of all trades game.
Yeah,
so
I'm glad Helldivers 2 won. They do deserve this. They are an amazing thing. It's hilarious that Snoop Dogg was there to present this award. But yeah, Helldivers 2 is an amazing game, and I'm glad that they continue to do their stuff, even though I can be highly critical of the stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And then oh no, sorry. I was about to say I thought the Snoop Dogg concert was about to happen, but it did not happen after that.
No, not yet. I think he does he
does it a little
steps
bit later.
off. Yeah.
And then this trailer from the Ghost Town Games, from the creators of Overcooked, their take on the 2-player split screen thing, which is very interesting, honestly. I'm interested to see how this is going to go comparatively to the game that was really revealed earlier, Split Fiction.
Yeah, Split Fiction.
Because
it's going to be interesting.
Because the Overcooked devs were like, Overcooked 1 and 2 are amazing games, but this is going to be a very different game. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting to see what the actual game is. And I mean, to be fair, they do show the presentation was pretty cool as well. And they do show the game, and it looks pretty interesting. It's one of those things where it's just going to be, it really depends on the actual gameplay itself. I don't know. I'm curious. And also, I don't know if you noticed, it's published by Hello Games, which is the No Man's Sky developers, because they publish games as well.
Yeah.
Which I don't know.
I saw that and like, wait a minute.
Yeah, they publish games. I mean,
this might be.
So
this might be something good.
Yeah, a lot of good things. The next one is HBO and Warner Brothers. Right, it's the Game of Thrones game. Which
right.
Which I'm skipping through this because I don't think this is actual gameplay. Because
it was.
I think is it? Because I want to get to the end of this trailer just because I want to. Game of Thrones King's Road.
Yeah, no,
coming 2025. Yeah, I thought honestly I was slightly worried that this was a mobile game. But I don't think it's a mobile game. It might be a mobile game in disguise.
Speaking of mobile games.
Yeah.
They're now talking about Monster Hunter Now.
Yeah, and then Monster Hunter Now. That ad. I mean, to be fair, a lot of people like this game, though.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know.
And after that, it's Arc Systems with, what was it? Oh, Double Dragon.
Yeah, the Double Dragon game. I don't think they actually showed gameplay, unfortunately. I mean, it's kind of gameplay.
No. It's just a bunch of combat
it's just
fights and
yeah. Double Dragon Revive. That's 2025. I'm interested in that, honestly. Interested.
Yeah. And then I got so this was such a big disappointment. I got excited about this because I didn't know this was a thing. Apparently this has been a thing, but this is solo leveling. But it's a mobile game.
It's a mobile game. Yeah, it's a mobile game.
I got so sad. I thought it was actually a real game. I was about to be like, hell yeah, an anime game that I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
Because most anime games are now arena brawlers. So
yeah. They're either arena brawlers or they're Genshin Impact.
I just want one anime adaptation that doesn't become an arena brawler. Please.
But yeah, this is a mobile game, so it's very misleading.
Mm-hmm. I really thought it was something good. I thought it was going to be something cool, but nope.
Yeah.
Because I don't really care for mobile games anymore. I've had my fair share. I've played enough of them. I have a few already that I play. I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't need any more.
The next was Screamer, but like other than the fact that it's a car game, we don't know anything else.
Yeah, we don't know anything
because
else.
It's a CG trailer. I mean, the trailer looks cool, but like, I don't even know. I don't even know if it's a racing game or if it's like I don't know. And then Last of Us.
Yes.
PC.
The Last of Us 2.5.4 Remix HD Revive something or whatever. God.
Yeah.
They are milking this franchise so hard.
Yeah, it is.
And it's only been there.
It's only 2 games too, which is hilarious.
Yeah, this shit is like this. They're milking this harder than Kingdom Hearts does their own games. Yeah. Good Lord.
Yeah, and then the best adaptation came out with Arcane versus Sonic, like a drag. Wait, what? What? Best adaptation? Why did it
best adaptation?
I don't know why is it Knuckles? I thought it was Sonic.
Because Sonic 2 came out last year.
Oh, okay.
Knuckles came out this year.
Okay, I got slightly confused there.
Yeah,
and Tomb Raider. Honestly, I didn't even know the Tomb Raider thing existed. Honestly, and yeah, I didn't know the Tomb Raider thing happened. And Fallout 1, and it was between Fallout probably and Arcane. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of glad that Fallout won because I think Fallout is a better adaptation of Fallout. Because Arcane, it's not really an adaptation of League of Legends. I mean, it's just not. It's the League of Legends world.
Yeah. It's just talking about one main. It's basically focusing on Jinx's story mostly.
And
just a couple of other characters tagged in.
Vi and Caitlyn are also there. It's their stories too.
Yeah,
but it's mostly
like a couple of characters tagged in too. Yeah.
But
this one is the world. The Fallout series was the world.
The Fallout is definitely a better adaptation with the strict use of that word. 100%. I would say. Yeah. And also the height difference between Todd Howard and the other guy is hilarious.
Yeah, I saw people posting pictures.
He's like a little, he is a tall guy.
He's a head taller than him.
Yeah, literally a full head.
Lord. Then after that,
yeah, and then so this game was interesting because these are from developers of Payday, Payday 2, and GTFO. And this game just looks interesting, honestly. It is one of those games where it's gonna live or die, whether or not is this better than the current games already out there? Because it's a co-op shooter PvE game where you're robbing banks. And it's like, okay, well, luckily you're already better than Payday 3, luckily, by default, probably. But are you better than Payday 2? Are you better than Killing Floor 2? Are you better than like all the other co-op shooters? Are you better than Helldivers? Like it's a very competitive market. It's a very competitive market right now. Now, to be fair, the robbing banks thing, like the robbing aspect of this game, is going to be the unique aspect because pretty much only Payday is a competition for them, and Payday 2 is dead in terms of like updates, I'm pretty sure, and Payday 3 sucks. So
yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see how they can do this better. And yeah, it's just interesting to see how this is going to go.
Yep. Then
and then the next is as this
Den of Zero, the 1.4 update.
Yes, I'm so behind in Zenless. It's just
I just tried to catch up right now. I just finished up the story for Lighter really quickly because it was about to end today.
Yeah,
so I mean, I gotta finish that.
I'm at this point where I might just go back to Honkai Star Rail and just only play that one, because like I just don't play these games enough to like keep up with it. But
yeah, because holy crap, if you can't keep up with the story, you miss out on so much. I'm like, good lord, I had to really quickly, like go through the story for lighter, or else I would have missed out on it.
Yeah, I'm honestly I'm
sorry, Zenless, I have stuff to do.
Yeah, I'm at the point where I might just uninstall all these types of games because I just don't play them enough. I'm just not the type of player to play these types of games enough, and I'm not saying that I don't like these games, but I just don't. I am not the player they're after because I don't do dailies. I don't do things. Like I said, I'm so far behind in Honkai. I haven't even beat 1.0 in Honkai still, and I'm like super far behind.
Oh. And then after Zenless,
and then Star Rail stuff happened. And I think I like the RPG stuff of Star Rail more than Zenless's gameplay. So
I'm not gonna lie, the presentation on Star Rail, because look at all that crazy stuff going on
one thing about Hoyoverse, the reason the Hoyoverse constantly oh man, I should play it, is because all the games, even Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, and Zenless, all the presentations are amazing. And they also have their own feel. Like Genshin is like they have their own style. Honkai has Star Rail has their own style, and Zenless has their own style. Like the Bernice trailer for Zenless is like my favorite thing they've ever done. And like they're all like so unique in terms of like the tone and stuff like that. So it's just good. It's why I kind of almost come back every time. And then the Snoop Dogg concert happened.
Yeah.
Which obviously we're not going to be listening to, but it was funny. It was. I'm like, yeah, this is Snoop Dogg doing his thing, and the pans to the crowd doing his thing. The pans to the crowd was hilarious.
Oh yeah, at the front they're just dancing and vibing.
Yeah. So. Yeah, which was technically that was an advertisement for Fortnite, I think.
Yep.
But I mean, hey. And then there was a new Fortnite update. Honestly, I'm kind of curious about the Fortnite update for the Lego version. I played the first version of the Lego version, and man, was it rough on the edges.
Like, it was so lackluster. It was.
There were so many things.
Now it looks interesting.
There are so many things that were like I consider default quality of life stuff in survival games that it didn't have, that I was so frustrated with. But we'll see. We'll see if it. I don't know if I'm gonna play it, honestly. We'll see. But yeah, I mean it's Lego Fortnite, and then more ads for. I guess is this? No, this is definitely an ad for Nintendo. Yeah, this is just an ad for the game.
Let's see.
More ads. MetaQuest ad.
Oh yeah, for the. I forget the name of the Zelda game, but yeah, that's another ad for her.
Something of Wisdom.
Yeah. Then was it for Call of Duty or was it?
I don't remember, honestly.
Let's see what was next. Oh yeah,
then
the Archem game that won this year.
The MetaQuest one.
Yep.
And the best score and music was the next award.
Oh yeah, best score and music. Wasn't that? Let me see the.
It was Astrobot,
Final Fantasy Rebirth, Astro Boy, or Bot. I keep saying boy.
Yeah. Final Fantasy
Metaphor, Refantasio.
Yep.
Silent Hill.
All good choices once again.
Stellar Blade.
All good choices.
Yeah.
The audio and music in that game, those games were amazing.
This is another one.
I can't remember. Honestly, I don't even remember if Astrobot won.
No, it was Metaphor, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Yeah, I think they did. They did win. And no, wait, sorry, Final Fantasy Rebirth.
Oh, Rebirth.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean that game's music is amazing, right? So. Yeah, it totally makes sense. So they deserve it. I mean, all of them deserve it, but like, it makes sense that they won.
Then coming up next after their long speech, come on.
Well,
come
it's
on.
Because they have
to.
They have to translate everything, right? So, right. The next was the Sonic.
Oh yeah, such a lack. Sonic Team, what the hell? There's nothing here. You just have Shadow in his car and he drives away, and that's it. And
it's Sonic Racing. Sonic Racing coming soon.
Here.
You know what would have been
it's just Shadow in his car.
You know what would have been hilarious?
That's it.
Imagine if they tried to remake Sonic. Sonic. Oh God, what's that terrible?
Sonic Racing, the one for CD.
Yeah.
Like literally Sonic R. Yeah.
Yeah, Sonic R. That would have been hilarious.
That would have been great. And so
the next thing was what is this? In-engine.
Cinematic.
It's 2K and Hangar 13. I don't remember.
I'll be honest with you. I thought this was a Mafia game.
Oh yeah, it is isn't it? Is it not a Mafia game?
It is Mafia. Yeah, it is. Mafia.
This is a Mafia game.
You're right.
This is Mafia Old Country.
It's just Mafia.
Mafia the Old Country. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Old Country.
So they're in Italy. They're in Italy. I'm pretty sure.
Because I literally saw this. I saw the style of art, and I'm like, this looks like Mafia.
Yeah, I really hope this is good.
Where are they?
Yeah, I really hope this is good because Mafia 3 was not. It was an okay game.
Mm-hmm.
It was an okay game at best, so I hope they come back with this one. Because I loved Mafia 2.
Yeah.
Mafia 2 is honestly I really enjoyed Mafia 2.
I would like to see some in-game, but like actual gameplay.
Actual gameplay, but this is in engine, so at
the
least
cinematics look really good.
Yeah, and to be fair, the story and cinematography does matter for a Mafia game.
For a Mafia game, yeah, exactly.
Because
that's why I'm just like, I would like to see some gameplay, but this is all right. This is good.
Yeah, this is good. And once again, it's coming summer, so it's coming soon. So yeah. And then the best independent game, Animal Well, Balatro, Lodril, The Laser Eye, Nivea, and UFO 50. I kind of wanted UFO 50 to win because UFO 50 is an insanely crazy fun game. Or like, it's just a weird game. But Balatro won because it is, in fact, the best game ever made. Best mobile game, AFK Journey, Balatro, Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, Withering Waves, and Zenless Zone Zero. I mean, look. Balatro won because it outsold Minecraft on mobile. When you do that, you're crazy. When you take the top spot over Minecraft, you're a good game. Best audio design, exactly. Astrobot, Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Suna's Sega, Hellblade 2, Silent Hill 2.
Yeah. I don't remember which Senua Saga, Hellblade 2.
Yeah, I mean the game is all about audio, right? So I would hope that game won.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. Player's voice. So this is player's voice is the voting one. Blackmythwukong, Genshin Impact, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, Wuthering Waves, and Zenless Zone Zero. I'm pretty sure Blackmythwukong won this, didn't it?
No, wait, hold on. Let me
yes, they did.
Was it Wuthering
Player's
Waves
voice. No, Blackmythwukong did win this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Because of Blackmythwukong.
Oh, they did win.
Yeah, they did win. They won. And I mean, hey, a lot of people really enjoyed that game. I have not played that game, but a lot of people really enjoyed that game.
It looks so cool. And then after
that, it is
Infinite Nikki.
Infinite Nikki, yeah. And honestly, I'm skipping over this. Once again, this is another game where I'm like, I don't want to have to do daily quests and stuff like that.
So many.
And it's whatever. And then ads.
Oh, ads.
Go through the ads.
God, there's so many ads. Oh, right.
And then what Laura Bailey and what's his face came out.
Damn. Okay.
Aaron Paul.
Yeah, Aaron Paul.
Honestly, okay. Who is Aaron Paul? Who did he play?
He played. What is I forget the name of the other guy in Breaking Bad.
Okay, so he is that guy. Okay, it's okay.
He's that guy.
I was just making sure. I'm like he's that guy, right? But I'm so bad with this type of stuff that I couldn't remember. So that was crazy that he was there.
This game intrigues me so much. The one that comes in afterwards. This game is because look, it's one of those storytelling games that you just make small minor choices. I'm still curious.
It's also
I'm looking forward to it. I want to play
it's so interesting. And like just looking through this trailer, it's so interesting to see. And the art style is amazing. You're an office worker trying to get back your mech suit. That's like a management game on the side as well, along with decision making.
You're just a superhero dispatch worker. That's it. Someone calls you for an emergency, and you dispatch a hero. Who should work for the job, unless you make the bad call.
Yeah, and I mean, also, okay, at the very end of this trailer, I want to do my pause because there are so many the voices in this game are so many.
Oh yeah, it's a star-studded cast here.
Well, like also not only star-studded, but it's also like Moist Critical's in it, Jacksepticeye's in it.
I saw that.
There's a ton of things, and I mean it's also created by the people who made Wolf Among Us and Tales from the Borderlands, and those are two amazing games. So, I'm very interested in this.
So, I don't know. I have no idea who.
Laura Bailey.
What's
Moist Critical, Jacksepticeye.
Who's Thought Squad?
I don't know who Thought Squad is.
See, I know Joel Haver, Lance Constantinopolis, Matthew.
Aaron
Matthew
Paul
Mercer.
is in it, obviously.
Yeah. Jacksepticeye.
Who is Jeffrey
Moist
White?
Critical. That I don't know.
I don't know who that is, honestly.
Not familiar with them.
I'm not familiar with their name. If I heard their voice, I probably recognize them.
And before I find out, and I'd be like, "Oh, they played so and so."
Yeah, I mean the problem is I don't know their name, but
Yeah, I'm not familiar with what they played. I don't know.
Yeah. So that's coming out next year as well.
I'm going to lose my mind.
And then Sam came out being Sam.
Oh yeah, that was great. I thought that was a great way to just intro this. It's like, should I sing? Should I dance? No. That was
for the best. I mean, it's very funny. I can't remember his full name, but I like Sam something you hack. It's the great. So best narrative.
I need to play Infinite Wealth. I just saw it again and I just got reminded of
best narratives. Who was fun best narrative? Oh yeah, Metaphor.
Yeah, Metaphor Ray
Phantasmal won best this. And it I mean it beat Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Setsuna, and Silent Hill, but I mean it's an amazing game. Like it's literally, if I remember correctly, it is the what's it called? The developers that make that the creator of, oh god, I can't remember the game name now. The anime one. Alchem, help me, please.
You're gonna have to clarify. Or are you referring
No, it's
to
the guys, the people who made Metaphor Re Phantasma are the same people who made Persona. They're the same people who made Persona.
I knew what you were talking about. I just wanted to. I just wanted to see you struggle.
Why would you do that? I can't speak. I speak for a living and I can't speak. Okay, it's an oxymoron.
It's fine. I don't speak at all.
So it was great that they won that. And
then after that,
then this amazing
another Wayback Machine.
Yeah, this was an amazing trailer. Unfortunately, the big part of the trailer is the orchestra, which obviously we can't.
Yeah.
We can't
There's no gameplay or anything. It's just
the graphic style behind it, and Flute Guy, of course, Flute Guy down in the bottom.
Yeah, Flute Guy just losing it
just
over there.
Rocking out.
You can see. Hold on, let me move out of the way so you can literally see him just like moving about over there at the bottom right. There he is. He's going wild.
He's going wild. And Okami sequel is coming out in 2025 or. No, it just exists. Game director.
Yeah, it just exists.
No, it just exists. Mm-hmm. And I actually, after this, I wishlisted the Okami HD on Steam because I've never played Okami.
I can't believe we're getting Okami.
So at some point I need to play Okami as well. I need to buy it and
out of nowhere, just Okami just announced. Just all right.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then the next, what is this?
I think it was around here where people started to really think, "Oh my God, will we get Half-Life 3?"
Yeah.
Like they're bringing back all this old stuff.
Yeah.
So, but and then, people were losing their.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't really know that much about Okami other than people really like it. Like I said, I wish this is Okami HD on Steam, and at some point I will play it. I will buy it and play it at some point. But yeah. And so I don't know what the game after that is. I don't recognize this. Actual in-game footage. I don't remember what this is.
I'm trying to remember. I don't.
Pearl Abyss.
Pearl Abyss? I don't remember this.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, neither do I.
Oh, okay. It's low action combat, low Dark Soulsy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a lot of effects.
Pearl Abyss. Neat.
Pretty. I mean, it looks cool, but I don't remember what this is.
Yeah, neither do I.
It looks like.
I don't.
Okay, there's some.
This does look interesting.
Portals.
What?
There's some weird portals.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're flying. Oh God, it's like a fantasy world, but sci-fi.
Oh
fantasy.
Wait, isn't this? Isn't this? No, this isn't our. This is an MMORPG, if I'm not mistaken. I think.
I don't think so.
Isn't it?
It doesn't look like an MMO.
Hold on, I thought it was because it's this game that's like half of everything. Like they literally just try to make their game like yeah. You're. Hold on. Not Black. No, not Black Desert. No. What is it called again?
Oh, is it single player Black Desert?
No. Oh, never mind. I guess not. This is not the one I was thinking of. Never mind. Something else.
Coming
yeah,
late 2025. Crimson Desert. Crimson Desert.
Crimson Desert. Okay. That's why I thought I mistook it for Black Desert.
Steam, PS5, Xbox, and Map App Store. Okay, so it's coming for all things except for Switch.
Looks cool.
And it's not a mobile game, so that's good.
Oh look, there's more. There's more Fortnite.
More ads for Fortnite. But, I mean that game did look really interesting.
New stuff.
Right, and then the Muppets are asleep. Muppets are asleep. They're asleep.
Oh, oh wake up!
Wake up, Muppets. I wish I could have the audio, but you know.
Waldorf and Stall something. I forget his name.
And then, right, and then
just doing their thing.
Right, so this trailer came out. So this trailer also had a big woke problem, or like woke reaction, which is I don't know. Like you've seen literally nothing in the game. All you know is that the main character is a girl, is a woman, and everyone immediately claimed woke.
Isn't this from Naughty Dog?
Yeah, this is Naughty Dog's new game. That's not
which
Last
I'm like,
of Us.
Good. They're making they're making a new IP. Please.
Which is great.
Yes.
Honestly, I'm like, they're finally not working on Last of Us. Thank God.
Yeah, right.
And like, I'm just curious. I'm interested. I don't care that it's a female character that's got a buzz cut. I don't understand why. Like, I don't know why that's all of a sudden a bad thing. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
The voice actors seemed to be forming pretty well. I don't know if this is in-engine. I assume this is in-engine footage. I don't assume this is gameplay. They do show a little bit of gameplay. I'm curious what the 5 aces, or like there's a lot of thing about 5 aces when they do the pan on the little like board thing that she has. I'm curious if you're going to actually be able to fly the spaceship, or if it's just like a way to travel. I'm curious if you're ever going to get a gun, because I don't think you ever show a gun. It's just a melee weapon that she has, like a totally not lightsaber.
She is holding a gun in one scene, but I don't.
I don't know if you actually use it. She does have a cool jacket, though. That is a cool jacket.
Let's see. Let me skip ahead to some of the actual like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She does have a gun. She does have a gun. It looks like a projectile gun too. So skipping ahead, into the actual slight game. Like, I don't know if this is true gameplay, but it looks like gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
So like the big robot enemy with the beam weapon.
Yep. And that's the name of the game. Okay.
Yeah, Intergalactic. The Heretic Prophet, and I'm just interested.
It's freaking Naughty Dog. So
Unfortunately,
it's a really good.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be PlayStation exclusive, so that's going to suck.
Can't wait for like
when
3 or 4 years
when it comes
from now,
out. Yeah, when it comes out, and then a year later it'll come out on PC. I'll play it.
Yeah, and then it comes out again for the next console, and the next console.
Yeah, and then they remaster it 5 times.
Swear to God, if they do that again.
Yeah, and then Sven comes out, the game director of Baldur's Gate 3 and Larian Studios. He's a cool guy. He does the talk about the just the game industry, and he I think he does a pretty good job of it. And then he does the game of the year thing. This I think is their best. It was the best one.
Yep.
It was amazing.
This is where Flute Guy shines.
Yeah, Flute Guy goes ham. He also changes like 4 instruments. He has like so many different instruments.
He's playing a trumpet right there. No, I don't know what that is.
I don't even know what it is.
He just plays like 5 instruments.
Yeah, he switches like different instruments. I don't know why he does this.
It's amazing though.
Yeah. But yeah, game of the year. The game of the year, just in case you didn't know, Astrobot, Astro, blackmythwukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metro 4.
He's got a new one.
He's got a new one. He's got the flute thing.
I just love that he's become a recurring
he's amazing
of the award show.
He's great. I think the best thing is that he also doesn't ham it up. Like, this is just how he does things. Like, this is just how he plays.
Yeah, he just plays like this.
It's just how he does it. So yeah,
some people who just play like,
and the guy with the key,
the
guy with the keytard is amazing too.
Yeah, like he took a bit of the spotlight too, but they both are great.
They both are great. I mean, to be fair, you can even see the guy on the drums is really going ham too. So yeah, like the orchestra did amazing, and honestly, I'm glad that that's like become a thing in the Game Awards, because like I think sometimes music in gaming kind of takes a backseat, which, to be fair, the statement of the music is really good when you never notice it, because you only ever notice bad music. There is some truth to that, but I do think it's not as big for nowadays, because some music is so good nowadays that like some people's playlist is literally video game music and they don't know.
Music at its worst can be just annoyance and be like, why is it here?
Yeah.
And music sometimes at its best just blends in with the environment or pulls at your heartstrings.
And it's so good that you listen to it after you're done playing the game. I think when music shines is when you want to listen to the music when you're not playing the game.
Yep.
So unfortunately, I am going to skip through this. Let's skip through the rest. But yeah, the what's it called? The orchestra did amazing. And honestly, that for me, that was like the best thing, honestly. And then Astrobot wins Game of the Year.
To the shock and awe of everyone.
Honestly, Astrobot. I can't believe Elden Ring didn't win. I thought they literally made Elden Ring Shadow. I thought they made the exception for DLC so Elden Ring could win.
Sony, you fucked up. You don't support any of your IPs, and yet your IP here, your IP
based off of your IP based off of your IPs wins Game of the Year, made by a small team with a very limited budget and not a lot of marketing.
For the love of God, understand. Look, this is the formula. You're just not getting it, apparently.
And what I think, other than people being, upset about them winning, which, should not be a thing. It's an amazing game.
I thought they deserved it. I was like,
my biggest problem with
I've seen gameplay.
Yeah, my biggest problem with Astrobot is I can't play it because I don't own a PS5. I'm like, okay, once it comes out, I'm gonna really enjoy this game when it comes out on PC.
The only flaw to this game is it's a PlayStation exclusive. The second it becomes unexclusive, I'm definitely getting it. This looks like so much fun.
I'm playing this game when it comes out on PC, and they deserve the Game of the Year award. I'm I'll be real honest. I voted for Bellotto because I wanted Bellotto to win because I wanted to see Twitter. I wanted to see Twitter get so angry. But I did not. Yeah, well, because one of the biggest things when Bellotto was announced, everyone said basically did the Who for Bellotto. A lot of people did.
See, I was saying Who before, but then when I saw a bunch of my like content creators that I like and enjoy mention it, talk about it, I'm like, damn, this thing is actually pretty good. I thought it was just a simple card game. Apparently not.
I mean, it starts as that.
I definitely gotta try it then.
I think you'd enjoy it, Malcolm. I think you'd enjoy it.
But to the shock and awe of everyone, this year's 2024 Game of the Year award winner is Astrobot.
Yeah, but honestly,
I got it right this time.
I think the thing about Astrobot, and for me personally, is that it is a game where it is about. It's almost like back to basics. It's a 3D platformer. Yeah. It doesn't do anything crazy, but like it's just a fun video game. And sometimes I think we forget that.
Every once in a while, it throws a new mechanic at you. That's
it. And it's like it's just a fun video game with cool references. Everyone loves their own things. I love seeing people's reactions to when they see their favorite PlayStation IP because PlayStation doesn't have any good IPs.
They only exist in Astrobot.
Yeah, that's literally most of these IPs only exist in Astrobot, so
you will never see these ever again. Not from PlayStation.
Yeah. And so like I can't wait for this when this game comes out on PC. Hopefully I will be super into it. So yeah.
I'm just like, will it though? Because will they keep the IP still there, the references, or they remove them?
They should keep them. I mean, it's just here's the thing. Astrobot is also the funniest thing about Astrobot. It is also just a gigantic. The funniest thing is the Game Awards. The game that won the Game of the Year in the Game Awards was a gigantic ad for Sony. That's what Astrobot is. It's an ad for Sony.
It is.
So like.
It is.
That's when you think about it. That's what it is. It's an ad for Sony. It's a really good ad for Sony. Don't get me wrong, but like. It's a gigantic ad. And it's just one of those things where they won. It deserves it. I can't wait to play it hopefully on PC when it comes to PC eventually. And they deserve it. It's a great game. If you can play it, you should. It's unfortunately it is not a good enough game, even though it did win a Game of the Year. I don't think it's a good enough game to buy a PS5 because unfortunately there isn't a lot of good games on PS5. So if you already have a PS5 and you haven't played Astrobot, you should definitely play Astrobot. You should pick it up. And for everyone else, hopefully it comes out on PC soon. But that was the last thing for the Game Awards, and yeah.
And then afterwards, you just saw the two. Oh, I gotta look up their names again.
Oh yeah, the two Muppets. Yeah, the two Muppets.
Fucking dancing. All right. Statler and Waldorf. Okay, yeah. Statler and Waldorf. You just see them vibing and dancing.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Yeah, and that's the Game Awards.
That was your Game of the Year's award. Which, honestly, like I said, was really, really good this year. It wasn't one of the like greatest of all time ones, but it was good.
I think it was really. Honestly, I think it was up there. I think it was at least top three in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think as a show, it's one of the best ones. But when you take into account like the actual announcements and the awards and stuff like that, it's top 3. I can understand why some people are upset about some of the awards or I understand why a lot of people are upset about Astrobot because it being an exclusive, not a lot of people played Astrobot. But I mean, for everyone there, exclusive wins Game of the Year all the time. Like, so
yeah, they do.
I mean, like, I make fun of the family awards being the Nintendo award because if you don't have a Nintendo console, you can't play any of these games. So, it being exclusive and stuff like that shouldn't matter.
It is, yeah. Still,
and just because you didn't know it, just because you didn't know the video game means you live under a rock.
I just hope that. Well, no, they're not going to learn. PlayStation's not going to learn anything.
No, they're not going
to learn anything.
None of them are going to learn.
They're not going to learn.
You're being. Even I'm not that hopeful. I just hope they can. No, I just hope that Astrobot comes on PC eventually. I am glad that blackmythwukong won a bunch of stuff. because I hope those devs get to make another game.
Same. Oh,
yeah, and it's really good. And I mean, I guess one of the biggest things also you got to remember is that the Game Awards is only 10% player vote for all the awards except for the player choice. So it is mostly games media, games journalists, and YouTube critics. So like all of them play all the video games. So obviously they know all the games. So that's why Astrobot won, and not a lot of people know about Astrobot. And same with Balatro, because all the games media people, they play so many video games. So obviously they play more video games than the majority of an average person. So yeah, that's why when people say what game, it's like, well, no, duh, you don't know the game. You buy 2 video games a year. You're too busy playing Fortnite. From the majority of gamers are too busy playing Call of Duty and Fortnite or World of Warcraft. Like that's why they're the 3 most popular video games in the world. The majority of gamers don't even watch the Game Awards. So yeah. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. And Alchem, why don't you start the shoutouts, because my voice is dying, so we got to end this.
Yep. Perfectly fine by me. Well then, everyone, we've reached the end of our little review of the Game Awards. Thank you guys for joining. For those curious about me, my name's Alchem. I'm right now I'm a little cat on the right, but usually you'll find me on Twitch as a Tanuki VTuber. I normally stream a wide variety of different games, from VR chat to Power Rangers Rita's Rewind to Fortnite to, God, there's way too many. If you just like a variety of different games and you just like a goofy little chill guy just having his fun, well, you can pop on my stream. I normally am very chatty with my chat, unless I'm super focused at the game. Sorry if I'm super focused at the game. But you can catch me on Twitter. You can catch me on, you can catch me streaming usually on Twitch, on YouTube. You can also see clips that I post on Twitter and Blue Sky, as well as on YouTube as well. I try to put stuff as shorts on there. You can always, for those who've been watching and everything, I appreciate you guys all so much. You can always catch me on all those platforms I've just mentioned. And if you want to support me, there's always many different methods. There's, the basic Twitch ways, YouTube ways. I have a Patreon. I have a Coffee. I have a Throne. I have all that stuff. You can actually, if you literally want to do that, you are free to look it up and stuff. But more importantly, I just hope you enjoyed the podcast and continue to support us, and especially by my co-host here, the Techno Jelly.
Yep. Hello, everyone. My name is the Techno Jelly. If you'd like to go over to you're on my YouTube channel, most likely, if you are watching this. Please subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and once we do, I'll be doing a Q&A video. If you'd like to be curious about asking me questions, then you need to subscribe so you can ask them. Other than that, if you'd like to go over to my Twitch channel, I also stream on YouTube and Twitch, multi-streaming. I do gaming news and video essays. A new video essay about Minecraft came out last week. If you're interested in watching that, please go ahead and go do that. I have a Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, if you like to check me out on those social media platforms. If you want to support the podcast directly, I have a Patreon account at the Techno Jelly, and if you would like to support, you get access to the before and after scenes. Unfortunately, today, I forgot to hit record, so I was just talking to myself for 25 minutes and then realized I have not hit record. I was like, oh, damn it. So, unfortunately, I'm sorry that it's slightly shorter for the before scenes this week because I'm an idiot. And I'm sorry. Sometimes it happens. Luckily, this is the first time it's ever happened during the podcast, so, that's good. So, yeah, thank you, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you next week, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Actually, check? I mean, the 22nd, it's kind of close, but...
Yeah, it's the 22nd.
Yeah, so...
I'm
pretty sure we're fine. So, we'll be doing another podcast next week, unless something happens. And the next time we do something like this with videos, I'll probably be doing a share screen with Alchem so we can be better synced up.
Yeah, we can be more in sync.
Yeah, so thank you everyone for watching today's episode of 2 Buzz 1 Podcast, and we will see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.
Later, guys.